Howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon, Courts of Everest. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and joining me are my friends Matt, Vincent, Tina, Kara, Hannah, and Alana, all of us here around the table. We're going to play D&D tonight, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. And actually, I gotta shuffle my stuff around because I was ready for a battle, but I wasn't ready for announcements. Let me put that
all this preparation.
I know,
I wasn't ready for
this evening. Joe gets ready for the fight of his life with announcements.
Here, I'll switch off to a little bit of a slightly less intense music for announcements. We played Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder game last night. And there was a space battle in which, if you haven't played Starfinder, it's a little bit more complex, but it was one that the party did relatively well in considering the equipment that they brought to the fight.
The fact that we failed.
And there's a lot of plot development after that. So you can see that when it re-airs on @AlberonRPG on YouTube. We are also @AlberonRPG on Instagram, where you can see things like our encounter maps, which you can see on the battle cam right there, but in much greater detail @AlberonRPG, if people take pictures.
We always
shit!
Come on, we haven't even started. What are we going to take?
I took one.
There is a website, alberonrpg.com. We also are... No, that's all that I got. We actually have been playing this game for approximately 1 year, which is pretty exciting. We're coming up on that.
Like right now?
Well, technically, this is our 54th session, and so like a month ago was our 1 year. But yeah, so that is something that's happening. We have a couple of we have a couple of things that are going to be changing. There's a few things that you can't see that are different around the studio. Like there's this really atrocious ring light that sat at the end of the table and really was just, yeah, it's gone. It's really nice. It's like a lot of space.
Hey,
I can see
it provided light for many years.
It is gone.
We're great.
It's so we can actually see our monitor now.
I have
shit.
even
So much
more
less
space to spread out.
I got you, Gunner. I got you tonight.
In
It's all
doing
for
that,
you.
we did do a couple of changes in terms of wiring and the way that we ran things. So if you can hear us really well, please let us know. That would be great. We're just trying to make sure that the music is at the right volume. It was a little louder than intended last night. But with that, we're going to play tonight's session of Courts of Everest. Wandering Hearts. Last we played, you found yourselves beset by ghosts, with only Cheshire sensing them initially and using their advantage to hide in a bush. As per usual, the party prepared, with Billy and Valis investigating the statues as the ghosts began their assault from either side. Valis, you turned your back to the bridge and stepped across as you warned the party, and, unlike Billy and Ori before you, you made it across without getting shunted back, recognizing at this point that you just needed to be the same orientation as the statues. The ghosts split into two groups, but the larger of the two was dumbstruck by Cheshire's spell, which confused all three of them for a time. Billy sensed that one of the birds had more to it than just feathers and flesh, and hurled an eldritch blast at it, causing it to drop from the tree as a halfling, who asked, "Did it work? Am I big now?" before passing into unconsciousness. Leaving him in their wake, Billy left and returned to battle using Green Flame Blade to torch several spirits. Alina stayed groundborn and provided a flanking opportunity for Valis, who was badly wounded by the creature's withering touch. Or you used your bow to level shot after shot through the trees and into the spirits, but ultimately, it was Valis who, realizing their sword was of little use, leveraged their magical shield as a bludgeoning weapon, leapt through the spectral giant that towered above the forest, and finding the sliver of soul within the monster, Use lay on hands to release it. And in an instant, the spirits vanished and you found yourselves alone in the woods once more. You turned your backs to the forest ahead and stepped across the stone bridge and approached Arak Rez, a squat stone tower with huge gated doors in the shape of dragons. You opened the first and met a nameless dragonborn who had no will to fight you, but seemed to serve as a doorman of sorts. After some verbal sparring, he allowed you past, and you came to a door with 5 phrases inscribed. As Ori read one aloud, the words threatened to become real, but seemed to unlock the door. After all of the phrases were said, and one more than you really needed to,
That's crazy.
thanks to an off-handed remark by Alina, the door opened and you pushed your way into another combat. The sneering voice bade the 3 orcs, a minotaur, and a bear-like humanoid to stop the group, or they would get nothing. You fought through this group of bruisers who had set up a battle line. Rez flew forward, surveying the room, and identified a door at the top of the stairs, and then returned, helping with great effect against one of them that lurked in the back. Alina, you directed traffic at auctioneer speed while trying to keep the party off Billy and Valis, who held the center line. Billy slashed lines of verdant fire across 4 out of 5 of these fighters, the fire keeping her safe as much as it charred her foes. Ori, you took position in the doorway and flung crossbow bolts that broke up the bruiser charge by causing them to fear you. Valis, you used your face mostly as a shield after dodging, but the dodge action did manage to stop something like 9 out of 12 attacks in total. Cheshire, you cast slow on 3 of the bandits and then stood back, wagering a little bit with the Dragonborn and stealing from him in the meantime.
Nice.
As you vanquished them all, Billy ascended the stairs and pushed open a pair of simpler iron doors to reveal a forest in the top story of the tower, and that is where we begin, within the belly of the Sleepless Cauldron.
Maybe like a little bit of sleep? Just kidding, we don't need it. We trance it.
So Billy, and at this point, if you guys want, right now I have Billy and Alina, because I kind of figured Alina was next to Billy and Billy pushed the door open. So you can kind of
not
place
weird.
yourself near the front. But Billy, as you walk in and you push the doors open, and these 2 iron things just kind of, sweetbreads, just screech on the hinges, you see trees, just a darkened forest, and all around it where you see this black paper, almost this colliginous shadow that has just kind of congealed around the edges, and it swirls and moves almost like gauzy fabric, but here and there you can see just elements of it dissipating into smoke. There are leaves on the ground, all of the colors of autumn, and in the distance you can see a little bit of fire, and on the other side of it, just briefly, you saw the eyes of the Goliath that you had fought just a little bit ago in the forest, and then they stepped to their left and out of sight.
It's fine.
Billy,
What?
where are the hags? Why is it a forest in here?
I don't have any answers to that one.
Okay. Well, we're gonna kill hags, right?
Of course.
And we're gonna try. Okay. Mhm. Okay. I'm not scared. What?
That's the whole reason we're here after all is to kill them.
Yeah, we're gonna kill them.
Billy.
Did anyone else come in with us, Bill?
They're coming.
Yeah, I mean,
you
whoever
look
wants to.
behind.
Be.
Valis realized you opened the door. Like, oh, we're going now. Gathers up his things from the table and starts going over there.
Are you taking the little guy with you?
Oh.
Dare you?
Hmm.
Oh my god. How is it getting
Stay.
this fair? Ah! Oh,
We'll tell little guy to
you,
stay.
For
you
once.
have gone in so deep that were you to go back? I don't.
For
remember
once,
the
you don't
fucking
need to make an
thing.
animal handling check. You say stay, and little guy just sits. And he's quiet. You can see even just a little bit of a tremble. He's scared.
Don't worry, little guy. We'll figure out why you are a little guy. So, Minka is currently glowing because in between the battles that she had stopped panicking, used the Chalice Form and an aura of healing to heal Valis and Ori before heading into the fight.
All right.
So she's keeping that up before stepping in.
Okay, so I would say, Billy, at that, there is this wash of bright light behind you, and certainly your party has followed you.
You're backlit though. It's cool.
What's going on? What do we see here?
Billy just gestures at the forest.
Also, that Goliath.
Make a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you want.
We saw the Goliath from over. Okay, maybe incorporate that. Oh, into your check.
Yeah,
They
looking
can
out,
go to.
looking out
They can
for
go to the floor.
What?
They
They
can
could
go-
be. They could become one of the Earth.
Oh, right.
Watch your feet.
Not good. 11.
You watch as Ori goes, okay, and just stares at the wall. And really, Ori, what is taking up your perception is that there are bits of movement all over the place. And there are leaves falling at all times. There are just little bits that are falling, and that's part of it. But you swear, even with an 11, there is something else out there besides just that Goliath.
So it's a forest. We're on the second floor now. Have we been put back into we're just gonna fucking run the clock out on these motherfuckers situation?
Make an insight check.
Oh, you're wondering if that's what they're doing to us?
Yes.
I was like, why are you discussing strategy?
That's a 24.
A 24. With a 24, I think you look out and, I mean, if you don't go in there, they're probably not going to come out.
Right.
You know, they're not going to come out, and they're waiting for you for sure. They don't really have anywhere else to go. As you saw on the outside, there's no place leading away unless you truly are within like a demi-plane. And I will say, Ori, you didn't feel any kind of shunting. You've been teleported several times now, and there was always a sensation of movement or of otherness, and this just feels like you're stepping through a doorway. But it's a forest, and even if you kind of step 1 foot on the threshold, you feel the dirt give beneath your feet.
Can I, being a person who has my own personal little demi-plane, and knowing what it feels like to go in and out of there, do I have any insight as to what this is?
Make an Arcana
beyond
check.
Ooh, natty 1!
Hard to tell, but you know, this is a place that looks very different than the place around it, and so it does remind you quite a bit of that bottle.
Billy steps forward
Okay.
and just like sword still covered in blood and char, just kind of like walks through.
Okay.
Alina
Step out.
follows closely
follow
behind,
me.
whether she likes it or not.
I fall 10 feet behind.
Sneak and then follow.
Make a stealth check.
I will be near Valis, but still glowing, so I'm just dramatically backlighting in
Yeah,
front of
it
the
is.
party.
That's actually dope.
We've walked through a doorway of light, but the light came with us.
It's like that scene in Lord of the Rings where he's putting on his armor or whatever, and the lights.
There's a 10.
Okay. With a 10, Ori, you are so fascinated with the things that are going on around you, the bits that are falling, leaves.
Cursed.
You hear your party moving around, and you feel like shit. And so, at the moment, I mean, you're not very sneaky.
Keep rolling that. Gunner's kids are never gonna find
I'm so
While
sorry,
we're kind
Gunner.
of moving around, I'm going to ask
No one else even
Rez
tried to sneak, okay?
do some recon, just to kind of do a loop around. A, to see if he can figure out the boundaries, if there are any, and B, to see if he can see what else is in here.
Where are you putting Rez?
Well, he was right next to me, and so I'm sending him like forward.
Okay. And
He's
so
invisible.
where are you sending him?
Oh, I'm gonna have him do like a loop. But what I want him to do is a loop around the boundaries, if that's something he can experience.
Okay.
And he's looking around, but he's also kind of like
Is he flying or is he going stealthy and walking real slow?
whichever is the stealthier. Rez,
Walking real slow.
just be real stealthy, okay?
Okay. No, I got it.
Okay. Hey Rez, which one of those actions is stealthier?
I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
It's just a, you know.
Yeah,
it's
that's a good
loud.
point. Okay, but
Just happening out loud or in your head?
no, it's all telepathic.
Okay,
And
Billy's
you
still
see
walking.
a couple leaves just kind of shift as the
Yeah.
invisible form of Rez moves out.
And Alina continues to basically just
Make a
stay next to
persuasion
Billy.
check.
We following.
Billy's slowly walking
to
into the
Rez?
forest.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Cheshire.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay. Rez flies
Hopefully the
around.
doors don't close.
And then in your mind, you just kind of hear, Alina, somebody's talking to me. Hey, there's another one of me, but he smells weird.
What?
Sorry. Jenny.
Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. He just smells weird. But I guess he's
You say another one of you, like
a familiar. Yeah.
a familiar.
Yeah, but also an imp. Yeah.
Okay, but he smells weird.
Yeah.
What does he smell like?
Hang on.
Okay.
A couple seconds go by. Is anybody else doing anything?
Billy is slowly walking forward, just like actively looking around for any movement.
Follow.
Ori
That
is,
isn't-
Ori is trying to
No, Billy would know that Rez is walking around.
re-perceive as well.
And so, Rez, for what it's
I
worth,
feel like maybe Alina leans over and is like, I sent Rez to
you
do
put
recon.
that down about halfway over there.
So
Halfway, like,
where
right
is
next
Rez
to the
when
tree.
he
Yeah.
smells?
Yeah, right there. Right where that little imp is.
So Rez is next to the imp?
Correct.
Okay. But he hasn't seen him, obviously.
He's like flown around. No, and so, you don't know. But at this, Rez just said, hang on. And that was kind of the last interaction that you had. Everybody else is kind of walking around off to the left.
Billy's gonna walk straight for as long as straight can possibly take
Like
her.
up to this log.
Alina,
And like I said, actively looking around for movement.
Can Minka
Or is
tell
also
whether or not these trees...
So, hang on 1 second. People are doing things really quick. First of all, Billy and Alina,
Oh.
you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning
I
damage.
do. Ow.
As you step through, there is a very peculiar feeling as you walk between the trees, and it hurts. It feels like you are walking through intense pressure. And you can tell as you walk and you step and you look to your side, even the leaves fall a little slower in this place, but you step through,
Alina over her shoulder is gonna be like,
for sure.
careful,
What-
there's a
What happened?
something.
What just caused that? And what happened to them?
With your perception check, no idea.
Can I look again?
You're looking right now.
Can I make a perception check and also use
You certainly
Divine
can.
Sense?
Can I also try to figure out what it
So
was?
Divine Sense detects what?
It's like the
And
presence
in what
of
radius?
faith.
60 feet until the end of
It's
my
like three,
turn.
it's like-
It says, as an action, you can detect
Okay.
good and evil.
Oh.
Until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or no location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Celestial, fiend, or undead?
Yep.
Okay. Where are you standing, Alice?
Right here.
Valis, you detect nothing.
Okay.
Can Minka look at the trees to see if these are like trees that she would expect to be in this area or if they're like completely foreign?
Make a nature check. The two of you step through, and there is a moment of like where you're stepping through this, and then right out to the other side. Again, you can hear the sound of like a raven caw in the distance. And Billy, for you in particular, that stands out. And then just wind and falling leaves.
So we were able to pass through?
Yeah.
Or okay, so it didn't
Took some damage.
Did it look like they took damage?
When you saw them, it looked like they just kind of hesitated at the exact same time as they stepped through that like threshold between the trees, and then just kept walking on the other side. But there was kind of this look of like something happened. I would say it doesn't look like you didn't see like a flash of magic or anything like that.
So,
Billy, Alina, are you okay?
There's some kind of line in the. I don't know. Be careful when you walk through. Read it down. What?
I rolled an 8, so I'm guessing they're just fucking trees.
In the darkness here, especially with everything that's happening, as you get close, the blinding light kind of encompasses the details, and you can't really see the grain of the bark. Hard to tell.
Could we hear each other still?
Yeah,
Okay.
Did Rez take any damage or notice anything when he went through?
he hasn't reported anything back yet. He said that there's another imp.
Okay. But I would know if he took damage, surely.
Yeah, he's still up.
Is he hurt?
No,
Okay. Still up. And then can I?
How could he possibly be? He has like 8 health. I think
He has
anything.
10 health. We took 5 damage. He has 10
Is it
health.
enough?
That's fair.
The
Is it not worth it?
Yep.
what was I gonna? Oh, can I make an Arcana check to see if I can identify what just happened?
Yeah. Make an Arcana check.
Can I take a ball bearing and kind of toss it where it looked like they had reached this like weird pressure point?
Sure. Or you throw the ball bearing, and with your perception check, disappears.
It's just like gone,
Yeah.
like magically, like threw it, and then at a certain point it was just like blinks out of existence, disappears.
Hard to tell. But
Like,
one thing is
rolled
for
out of
sure,
the way.
you don't see it on the grass, and there's a little bit of, with Minka behind you, you imagine the ball bearing would pick up very easily in the grass here, but you don't see it.
I got a 14 on my Arcana check.
Something is not as it seems. But with a 14, hard to tell. It is definitely magic. There is magic at work in this space.
I think it's magic.
Thank you.
Hey, Alina, I got a question.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, like, you ever plan on taking me home?
Yeah. You said you wanted to go home, right?
And are you being honest?
Yeah. We made a deal.
This guy's trying to get me to join him. And, I think there's a couple other ones around here. I don't see them. But,
Okay. We're in a den of hags. Remember, they make promises, and you have to give up a lot in exchange.
Yeah. They said I have to give up you. But, I mean, if we're going back home, I trust you, Alina.
I told you I'd help you get home, and you said you'd help me until we were able to do that.
Okay, what do I tell him?
I don't know, what was he... just tell him no. I don't know. You're smart.
Okay. And then
Character growth.
everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
There it is, yeah.
When Cheshire finished that, she would move you into the doorway.
Nice.
Yeah, put yourself in the doorway there.
Prop herself against the doorway.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
And a couple things happen all at once while this is occurring.
Awesome.
Ooh,
we
I
love
love that.
It's probably like confetti comes down.
Oh yeah. There's like, hey,
Congratulations,
here's
you're
some
our
steps
1,000
out, and he's like,
customers.
"You did a really good job, everybody. This
You
was a
win a
test."
free
a triumph.
bath salts basket. Basket of stuff from
So as
bedding,
Rez
bases, and
attack,
beyond.
He takes an attack.
yeah,
They hit
a
him.
number of other things are going to. Well,
Slapped
I'm
him.
gonna roll for it. They're making an attack right now. No. Could you put these other two methods in the same location on the other side behind
Methods?
those two pillars?
I know what those are.
They're in Baldur's Gate 3. That's how I know what they
Yeah,
are.
and they're a pain in the butt.
Oh, or elementals or something?
Yeah.
Who knows? And so, one thing you are sure of, though, Valis, those are not fiend or undead, because you did not pick them up on your scan.
Ah.
But as this kind of floods out, first, does a 15 hit?
Hit Rez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rez only takes 5 points
Hey.
of poison damage.
Buddy.
He is immune to poison damage.
There you go. He takes
Oh,
0 points of
buddy.
poison damage. And you hear him just go, whoa! And then, we're under attack! And you hear that both from his verbal voice around and from your like mental voice. You get it in stereo.
Okay.
But that is the top of the round. Let me pull up my
Good job,
initiative.
Rez, buddy.
All right. Anybody natural 20? All right.
What's that?
25 to 20.
24.
Very nice.
Whoa.
24 for Ori. All right. 20
24.
15.
24.
15 for Cheshire.
16 for Billy.
Okay. 16 for Billy. 15 to 10.
14.
14 for Alina.
10.
10.
13.
It's all for you, brother.
Hang on one sec.
Hey.
10 for Minka.
I'm not at single digits.
13 for Valis.
And you're not first.
And Rez is at 7.
All is right in the world.
Rez going last. Hey, you know what though? Rez already tanked a shot.
He really
So
did.
the
And he
way
already
that
alerted
this
us of
worked
danger.
out, as he takes his attack and dodges it and around these pillars, I would say really it's only Billy and Alina that hear the of these two things just operating out of their invisibility. Ori is going to be going first, followed by the hags, followed by Billy, followed by Cheshire, followed by Alina, followed by Valis, followed by Minka, followed by Loshar, followed by Rez.
Oh boy.
All right. And I'll say Loshar is where the dust methods are going to go.
Goliath.
Oh, right.
The Harangon's
So
friend.
Ori, there is a lot happening, and though you throw this ball bearing, the reason that you can't really tell where it goes is because all of a sudden you just hear "We're under attack!" and just stuff is happening. What would you like to do?
Bonus action, eye for detail. I'm looking for who's attacking.
Make a
Rez.
perception or investigation check. Your choice.
Basically going from where Rez's voice was and like scanning around there. That's gonna be a 17.
With a 17, as you look out, a couple of things become pretty apparent to you. This forest, unlike any other forest that you've ever seen, very symmetrical in its design. The other thing that you noticed is the place that they
Unnaturally made.
Ooh, it is
very symmetrical. And you do see 4 stone pillars, at least, that are just sprouting out of the dirt and up into just the darkness above you. You do see this flickering flame off in the distance, and I would say you see diagonal from that this Goliath, who is beginning to bunch up like they are ready to sprint forward. You see a Mephit, you see an imp who is not Rez suddenly just coming out of their invisibility. What would you like to do now?
I would like to use my action to take a shot at the most, immediately imperiling Rez
Okay.
and in range of me.
So
that I can
likely, so from where you are,
Because I don't know if I have line of sight through those trees.
I don't think you do. I think the only thing that you're really seeing,
I guess I could move up a little bit,
Yeah,
but
you could.
then I'm going through this pressure area.
and as you walk through there is no damage.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go up to get a better vantage here.
Okay.
And is this just a mundane looking fire?
With your previous check of 17, there's something about it. It's casting light in a very peculiar way, almost like there's something above it that you're not seeing. But aside from that, you feel a little bit of heat. It looks real.
I'm going to try to shoot my arrow through that at the Goliath.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Just like light the bolt on fire.
Ooh, like in Zelda.
I mean, it's already a firebolt.
That's not really how physics works.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Do I have sneak
But video
attack?
game physics.
That's
Sorry?
how you solve
Do I
at
have
least
any
one puzzle
advantage
in
from this?
Everest.
You don't have any advantage, so if you have a way of
He's
getting sneak
aware of
attack,
me?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because I used my bonus action.
So just make your attack.
Something not happening in this room. Torch.
I'm sorry, Gunnar. I don't know if this is going to hit. It's not great.
Didn't we solve a puzzle in previous
14?
campaign that was just like the
14 is not a hit. You fire this arrow, and she's already gone. Anything else? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck.
That is an accurate statement. That is your turn, Ori. That brings us to the hags. So, let's see here.
upset.
I'm sorry, Gunnar.
Talon, no.
Talon!
You weren't here
See
yet.
how
Talon.
it goes, all right?
Yeah, see how it goes.
Two of
Wanna
them are going to
save
hold
Gunnar's
actions,
kids.
I don't like that.
I also don't like that.
and one of them is going to get up fast enough so that
Up?
you are able to, I would say, probably Ori, see just the shape kind of blur forwards. A darker shadow than the rest. And, that seems to be perhaps one of those creatures.
A darker form than the rest.
And they're going to look over, and Ori, I think you're actually out of their sight. And so, Billy,
Sorry, Billy.
Billy, can you go ahead? Just 1 second here. I want to make sure I'm not cheating on here. Okay, Billy, Could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
You get +3.
Dirty 23.
Dirty 23 as Mostar. You, as you step forward, you see this Goliath kind of disappear around the corner. All this stuff begins to happen at once. And then, Billy, for you, across this way, through these trees, very blurry, even blurrier than just the ethereal plane is making them, you see this hag, the same one that you had seen previously. They look fully healed. They look fully back to where they were, and they just grin at you. And as they do, you watch as they bring out this little dried up looking totem and just snap it in half in their hands. And there is a surge of energy that floods for you, and you feel fur begin to grow out of your arm, but you resist the effects of this polymorph spell. And that is all that they are going to do on their turn. The other two are holding actions. And that is the hags. That brings us to Billy.
The other two are holding actions.
Billy just takes this opportunity to sidle up left towards the end of the log there.
Okay.
Yep. And just kind of like waves at the hag, and as she does, her fingers begin to separate a little bit, and she casts Mirror Image.
Okay.
Let's see how many duplicates I get. 3. It's not like Starfinder. I always get 3.
So all of a
DC
sudden,
changes.
Billy, you become Billy's. What else?
That's all Billy does for now.
mean, it's
Billy's gonna hang on.
Many Billies standing in that alleyway. That is your turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Alina, you're on deck.
Cheshire's probably oblivious to most all of this. Leaning in the doorway, continuing to hum. Because she can't get out of her head. And I'm thinking Minka's probably close enough to hear at least a little bit. So, inspiration.
Oh, yay!
You are inspired, Minka, from behind.
Go get him.
Nice. That's an interesting catch.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I did it.
You caught many
Got
things.
my phone and the die in the same.
But like
hand.
somehow it was in your hand.
And it definitely almost went into this wine glass.
I thought it went into the wine, and I was like,
That's
that was so quiet.
So, that is Billy's turn. Cheshire, you go. You give inspiration. Anything else? Alrighty. Inspired is Minka. Alina, what would you like to do? Valis, you're on deck.
Has it been less than 10 minutes since the start of the last battle?
Yeah.
Dope.
Billy,
I'm still
Billy
fine.
helped you out there. It's been 7 minutes since the last battle.
Pretty much.
Billy
Okay.
said, "Let's go!"
Yeah. No, it was very smart.
So I've got 3 minutes of flight left. All right. Up into the air.
You begin to fly.
Can I have a
Here you go.
standy fly thing?
Standy fly thing.
Thank you. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do from, let's say, 20 feet in the air is try to get my bearings. Do I?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, man. Should have gone forward.
When did
Is this
she-
against a spell?
No.
Did she just hit the ceiling?
Oh no.
Bonk.
16.
So you go fast up, and at the very last second, you feel the hair raise up as you are about to collide with something. You intuitively know it. Running through the forest during hunts in Thornholm, in the dark, sometimes you'd get this feeling before colliding with a tree. And so you put your hands up just in time to brace yourself as you strike the ceiling.
Okay.
And above you, as you look up, it is just swirling darkness, but there's no doubt about it, there's stone above you.
Okay. I yell, "It's a room! It's just a room!" And then, okay, can I see anything that Hannah doesn't already see from my vantage point?
Interestingly, the thing that you notice most is that every single tree, aside from those that have fallen, go all the way up to the ceiling. And they disappear into this darkness. Same thing with these pillars. They all seem floor to ceiling, and there is a symmetry about it that is undeniable from up here. And you notice through some elements, you have a harder time seeing than others. The trees that you pass through, for instance, really tough time. The trees that form rows horizontally from me all seem to form relatively solid barriers up the middle.
Okay. Can I see this thing here? This purple thing?
Yes, you can see what looks like a pool of water, although that too looks a little weird.
Okay. All right. Well, first things first. Let's save Rez. So I'm going to just move the. Do I have line of sight to this guy from where I am?
Just barely, yes, you do.
All right. I'll just blast it that
Wow,
guy.
that's tight. Yeah, you do.
Tight.
I'm gonna say it has three quarters cover with that because that's. I mean, you're threading a needle between a tree and two pillars, but you definitely have.
I have 10 more feet of movement, so can I use that to get a better vantage point?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think you would need more to get a better vantage point.
3/4 covered is Eldritch Blast. Pew pew. All right. Okay, that's an 18 and a 17.
An 18 hits and a 17 hits.
Woo! Okay. Oh, we hitting boys.
Aura of Nightmare.
So that's 20 points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning.
Even with the 20 points of force damage, this guy just is gone. And instantly they disappear the same way that Rez does when he dies.
Okay. So, and then finally, thank you, to Rez, telepathically, I'm gonna say, let's show him what a good team we are. Just, hit anything that comes near you.
Yeah, I like that. That is your turn, Alina.
Yes.
Alrighty, Valis, what would you like to do, Minka? You're on deck.
Let's see. I have no idea. Do I see the Goliath?
So currently, from where you are standing, you just barely see the Goliath. Yeah, I would say you can see him through 2 or 3 trees.
Could I tell what he's looking at, or who he's looking at?
At the moment, her eyes are kind of forward, but no, not without like a perception check as an action.
Okay. Let's see.
Between Minka and the fire that's there in the center, you guys are getting sharp shadows.
All right. I think I'll start to move forward. There's nowhere else to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Now I'm here. Do I see this thing next to me?
As you run up there, you run past this tree, you take no additional damage as far as you can tell, and you look, where are you looking? What are you trying to see? You see this person right in front of you. She's like in a 3-point stance about to explode forward. You watch as like, in all of this happening at once, she's probably about to move forward, and so you see like Ori's bolt go right by her. She's already moving. But what are you doing?
Do I see the thing that's to the right of me?
There's like
The method that you put
Oh
down?
yes, you absolutely do.
Okay.
Oh, actually, great point. Make a dexterity saving throw as that triggers the hag's held action, and they are going to cast lightning bolt from that method. Lightning bolt! And they're going to cast it at 6th level.
Familiars do they have?
woof.
Oh my god.
What was
Alright,
the
21.
What was the range up?
And she's casting it from what?
That method.
Is this thing a statue or like
It's a creature.
it's a creature? Alright.
It looks similar to like a res-like creature, but you said 20?
1.
21 is a success.
Nice.
So you take 53 points of lightning damage,
That's on a save?
halved to 26.
Alright. I have resistance to damage from spells. Is it
Double.
half
This is
again?
a spell, and so it's halved again. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
hell
nice.
yeah.
They hit you with a huge bolt of lightning. And as this explodes across, it ripples and it bounces along these trees, which is very unusual. But as it does, it strikes into the far side of shadows, sparks fly off, and the lightning bolt does just a little bit of damage to Valis.
How much was it again?
Is that you wood? Is this all you wood?
Hard to tell.
How much damage was that again?
53.
53 points of damage. Halved to 26, halved again to 13.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. So that is their held action, and as a result, that's going to trigger the other held action, which is going to be, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Is this against
Spell.
a charm?
It is. Let me just double check.
Mayhaps.
I'm gonna eat all this fucking.
Oh, I hope it does. I hope
really good.
it
It
is.
doesn't. It is not.
Oh no! All right, that's gonna be a wisdom. You said
Yes.
10.
10. No problem. Very
Problem.
similar to what Billy had felt.
Problem.
You see this, you don't see it actually from where you are, but there is a snapping sound, and all of a sudden you feel your skin change, and you turn green, and you, as your armor sucks into your body, go ahead, replace yourself with a snake.
Oh, you got turned into a snake.
As you down to the ground. And you are
I'm a snack.
Slippery snake.
just a snake. Technically, if you want your stats, you are a giant boa constrictor.
Oh, that's something.
That's not nothing.
But doesn't he now have the mind of...
Yeah.
He's not Valis, right? He's...
No.
Your
he's
intelligence is
snake.
1. And the more important thing about this is, well, yeah, you can pull it up. You can pull up your stats. You know it there. It's a giant constrictor snake, is I think what the stat block is. That is both of their held actions. And so, Valis, now stepping out into the space, you're a snake. What would you like to do?
Stepping is
Slithering?
You retain your alignment and personality, though.
Yeah, no, you're Valis, but you're just a dumb Valis snake.
Yeah.
Valis
Dumb
the
Valis
snake is
He's
just
a
going to
good
go off
snake.
and make friends
Lawful
with other
good, even.
snakes.
Yeah, no, he's a paladin snake.
Yeah.
Giant constrictor
Being an
snake.
animal,
Yeah,
this is like
giant
his
constrictor snake.
greatest accomplishment. Yeah,
You're
exactly.
a great swimmer now.
Let's see. Is
You are
this snake?
free.
I'm
He
a
doesn't
great
pull the water.
swimmer.
You are free from the
What does-
penalties of your heavy armor.
They're just gonna call
And so, Valis, one thing that you notice as a constrictor
snake.
snake, you have 10 feet of blind sight.
Yep.
And you are standing on you are slithering on a stone floor.
Okay. I speak to the group.
Valis got turned
No
into a
problem.
snake.
And then I'm going to. Let's see. What are my attacks?
You have bite and constrict.
Oh,
both
there it
melee
is.
attacks.
Actions. Let's see if I had to hit.
Oh, I should have done the thing.
What you doing, Valis? How do you not know what you're doing as a giant constrictor snake? How did you not have this ready?
Didn't you look at your character sheet at all?
I think I'm
know.
going to try to move up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna attack the guy
Yeah, go for it. Make your
with a
attack roll.
constrict attack.
So you lunge. As you fall like a heavy rope into the grass, you realize this isn't grass, this is stone. And you across, you leap, sending your entire body towards this creature.
Let's see. So 16 to hit.
That is a miss.
Alright, I think that's the only thing I can do.
There you go.
Alright, that's it.
So you lunge. They are already gone. They just run right by you. But that is your turn. Valis snake. That brings Valis. That brings us to Minka.
Good luck, guys.
All right, cool. So I see Valis, and then I stop seeing Valis. And being deeply concerned about the lack of Valis vision, I'm gonna move over to see if I can get a better line of sight. So
You
that's
are also now a
4,
snake.
5. So
Valis.
Once you move over there, you see a snake trying
Valis
to.
does actually seem like
Yeah,
Does
you
she see a
step
snake
out,
trying to-
and you see a snake, just lunge forwards and then drop right as this Goliath steps over them and is like heading directly towards you. And Minka, with your light illuminating the area, you can see their eyes, and they are locked on you.
I anticipated this in my soul. So I look directly at the Goliath and go, oh.
Free action.
So I believe I refilled my magic rocks.
You did.
So I'm just gonna throw a rock at her.
Okay, make an attack roll.
to have pop rocks.
I miss. That was my bonus action. And then my action is gonna be, so I know that there are hags in the area.
You do. You have a good sense for that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take inspiration from Valis actually, and I'm gonna take the dodge action and hold up the shield he gave me. Be like,
That's less a dodge action and more the freeze part of the fight or freeze response. But yeah, you just hold.
And you froze with it in front of you.
No problem. That is your turn, Minka? Yeah. Alrighty, that brings us to Loshar and the Dust Methods. Great band name. So Loshar is going to explode forward, and they do provoke an attack of opportunity from you, if you wish to take it. Valis.
I'll take it.
But they are going to run by, and they will end up in base contact with Minka.
They might.
Unless they get constricted.
That's true. They might die. They might just completely die. That's a good point. I
No,
didn't
but he
think
could.
about that.
That's constricted.
Dallas, use spined.
Does a 17 hit?
The 17 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh,
So you snap out, but they are too fast. So, Minka,
17
this
was
person
pretty
just
good roll.
right in front of you. You throw the
jail's
rock,
here for you.
and as you blink and bring the shield up, they're already right in your face.
one more chance.
They're going to attack you twice. They throw the first punch. That is only going to be a 13 to hit.
Is it? Yes, but also they're at disadvantage unless they already were advantage. Now they're at even because I took the dodge action.
Are disadvantaged. So, it's still going to be a 13 to hit.
Okay, that's.
Second one is going to be also a 13 to hit.
They both miss. I just
you go.
cower behind the shield.
You cower, and there is a thump,
No,
thump,
you
and you are like
bravely
a
hold your
foot and a foot back. They are strong, almost unnaturally strong. They're going to use a bonus action.
Naturally strong?
No, monkily
Unnaturally
strong.
Preternaturally strong.
Okay. So as a bonus action, actually, they're going to burn a key point and take patient defense. And so right in front of you, you are now defending against each other. But at this point, you feel as if they're focused on you, and this is where they are meant to be. That is Loshar. That's going to bring us to the dust methods. So these little guys have 30 feet of fly speed.
No.
Scoop a doo.
No. No.
Let's see how many we can get here.
Obviously, he is the superior.
So he is going to fly
Fucking dusty methods.
right here.
You could also fly right into the fire and just chill there.
Yeah, have you considered that?
He is going to-
We could all just hang out and have real dry throats.
He's flying right here.
Rotten marshmallows.
And then those other ones, the other two, the one that is near Rez is going to stay. The one that is further from Rez is going to go around that and go right next to Loshar.
Like here?
No, right next to, like, touch. Yeah, perfect. So we'll start with that one. Minka,
Yes.
this creature out from the side, you can see long hooked nose, really goblinoid looking face. It's like a goblin's head attached to a teeny tiny little imp body and a sharp dagger tail. And as they, there is just dust flowing, almost like a sandstorm behind them. And they to the side, and as they come back, they blinding breath towards you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I sure can.
Thank you for appreciating
It's a
my
19 on the die.
19, that is a success. You are not blinded. You close your eyes. You get even further back behind the shield.
It's not as bright as your.
The one that goes around the corner and looks at Billy and Ori is going to take a deep inhale and breathe out a 15-foot cone of dust. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from each of you?
Oh, I wish Billy had a higher dex score for this. That is a 12.
That's a success.
Oh, fucking Muppets.
I mean, he is very little. How much blowing can he do?
He's got little lungs.
He's
Finally,
got
okay.
elementally minimum.
Double cocked, so that's
Oh, at the birthday candles.
19.
A 19 is a success. And so you are able to kind of duck into little bits of corners and crevices. And Ori, as you do so, you hear like wood squeak and creep, like you're maybe about to break these elements of logs. But that is those two, and there's one more that I think has a shot.
Squishy logs?
No, like brittle.
The ones that are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Ori, you're taking one more. Can you make a dexterity saving throw? It explodes its dust across you.
Oh, 18 on the die, so. like
All right, you are fine. There is, and you can just hear.
Dexterity man.
They don't even speak languages. Oh no, they do. Does anybody here speak Auran?
No.
All right. So
Dust
you can
methods
just
speak
hear these
Auran.
little
Oh, I guess they're
whistles and
air-
clicks as they
wicked
go
air
through,
spirits.
little dusty voices. But that is all the dust methods. That is Loshar.
Wicked dusty.
That brings us to Rez.
Dust method.
Alina, I'm gonna do what you said. I'm gonna hit this guy. He's close to me. And he's just gonna scoot a little bit that way, and he is going to. All right. So he is going to. Sting.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck him up, Rez. Let's
22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits absolutely.
I feel like if anyone survives, it might be Rez.
He's just gonna go home.
Rez? No, it's gonna be Cheshire. Cheshire's just gonna walk
5
away.
piercing damage.
5 piercing damage.
And this might not matter, but the target needs to make a con save. DC 17, I think. Yes, DC 17.
That is a natural 1.
Ooh, dope. So that means he is gonna take 3d6 poison. Oh no, sorry. Yes, 3d6 poison
Weirdly,
damage.
Alina, they're immune to poison damage.
That's so weird. Yeah.
I know,
well,
right? So, no worries though. That's still a little bit. Anything else for Rez? Excuse me.
He's gonna be like, I did it! I got him, Alina! What next?
All right, no problem. Rez stands his ground. That brings us to the top of the round and to Ori.
Do I see the hag that... Is this the incorporeal hag that...
That is, you do not see them.
Okay.
From where you are, it's a, yeah.
You got a pillar in the way.
Oh, I thought I could see through them.
Did the other... Did
That is a place where it's really hard to see through.
Okay.
I just like the way you said that.
I've said it before.
Why is there beholders?
So this is the crusty log here?
Say again?
This is the crusty log here?
Yeah, that seemed like it was the one that was creaking and about to give way underneath you.
Ice.
Okay. So I can't really run across it. I'm gonna shoot at this fella right here.
Okay, make your attack roll.
I'm gonna steady aim.
Okay. You could barely see it. It is like right along the elements of smoke that are whipping out from the wall. But go ahead. It's like breathing dust on you too.
23 or so.
23 hits.
Something like that. It's either that or more. Oh, we got a wheel. Thank you.
Yay, thank you!
23 extra.
Actually, 24.
Emily, thank you!
And I'm gonna do, so it's a sneak attack.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use any of my charges.
Emily, if you would describe your character, your level 15 character.
Ooh,
describe
good
it.
numbies. Let's go. That's 21 points of magical piercing damage.
You fire and it strikes, and they absolutely just detonate. Where are you standing?
Right.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please? As you do so, they just into sand.
You kill this one?
Yeah. Dex save.
Yep.
18 on the die.
18,
so
no
that's like
problem. You can see it coming. You see the body beginning to turn into dust, and you turn away. Your eyes are fine.
Nice.
Anything else, Ori?
Then I'm going to...
So much.
Actually, nope, that's it. I steady aimed.
Okay. That brings us to the hags. Billy, you are on deck.
Heard.
Oh my gosh, if you just woe us 16 times during this, I will be so sad.
Well, he's probably keeping
And
track
so
of how
dead.
many woes we have too, right?
Well, yeah, but we're plus 16 wheels.
Billy,
for
at the very
balance.
edge of this area, you can see this shape
where's
just
the red?
creep out. And in your head, you can just hear, "A shame Dora won't collect on you." And you can see in the same moment, the hand rises up, and there is a spark as she casts Lightning Bolt at 5th level at you. Can you go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes!
A 6 and a 5.
Natural 20!
Let's go!
Very nice. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna use the computer for this one.
She goes, oops.
You take, oh, wow, this is like the lowest possible roll. You take 28 points of lightning damage halved to 14 points of lightning damage.
The lightning strikes Billy, and she just kind of like grits her teeth and takes it and stares back at her and just kind of like.
No problem. That hag
No,
just kind of
Azula's not here.
sneers
Azula's
at
not
you.
here.
And then, using the rest of their movement, they hold one long hooked hand up and they gesture for you to follow them, Billy. And they drift back.
Billy knows a taunt when she sees one.
And only one of the hags is going to hold their actions. That is the hags. That brings us to Billy. Billy, you shrug off this lightning bolt. There is a clap of thunder that follows. And as you shrug it off, you look and that hag is gone.
Billy is going to move the necessary movement forward to get like relatively even with that fuckery that's happening right there.
Which fuckery?
1,
This
2,
one?
3, 4, 5, 6. That's how far Billy can move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There.
Yep.
Cool.
And Billy is going to cast a nice little wall of silence.
Okay.
And by
very
wall,
nice.
I mean
Silence,
sphere.
yeah. And so where are you centering it?
Billy is going to center it right with her and the little pool there.
Okay, I got you. And how big is the sphere?
20-foot radius.
Okay, cool. So she will be caught in that. Ugh. All right.
I forget. Can we see the silence sphere? You know what I mean?
I don't believe so, but give me 1 second.
Okay.
I just want to see something. Does it have a verbal component? It does.
Oh.
Billy. That is counterspelled. That's a level 2 spell, correct? As you go and you throw this silence out, you see for a second the finger that is beckoning you forwards turns around and just stops, and the spell dissipates against her will. Anything else, Billy? You have a question, Valis?
Yeah, I have 2 questions now. When you cast that, is that a warlock spell?
Silence? No.
No, is it a pack slot spell, I should say?
No.
Okay, never mind. Secondary question. Am I a huge... Like, I'm trying to find my monster stat. Giant constrictor snake. Huge beast?
Huge beast, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe if it is, then it's a higher level.
It wouldn't be high enough, but
yeah.
Okay. It would. It might have to roll.
If it was like.
If it was like. Yeah.
I can't get that high. I'm multi-class.
All right. That is... Anything else, Billy?
Billy kind of grits her teeth, and unfortunately, bonus actions for Billy aren't, really flush. So she's just going to take the time to heal up a little bit, since apparently we can talk in this area. You can cast a healing word.
You cast healing word.
And just mutters "fuck" under her breath, and is substantially healed by that for max healing.
That's appropriate for Billy.
That is.
That is your turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Alina, you're on deck.
Cheshire's going to nosy forward to see that she is at the 30-foot boundary, close to the giant turtle eye.
Like
And
here.
yeah. And like at the 30-foot boundary.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You mean 30 feet
oh,
away
30
from
feet
30
from.
feet away from them.
Oh, so like here. Right.
It's alright.
And she's gonna cast Bane on the Goliath and
A little bit closer.
Okay, so you step into
There's
the
another
actual
method
room itself. You can see this Goliath, this method closing in. There's dust being blown at Minka. And so what is the spell?
It's Bane. It's like
Bane.
a saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay, so first...
Both methods or just one of them? Because
Both
there's.
of them, then.
Oh, okay.
I can't see another one.
Yeah, there's one
Yeah.
here, and then there's one directly next to the Goliath.
So for both methods, the first one... What can I say?
Charisma.
First one is a 14,
That was a failure.
and the other one's a 7. So both of them fail. And then the Goliath... They rolled low, but they have a high...
Monks.
Where's low shark? Sorry, 1 second here. Okay. Charisma. Ooh, that's never mind. They have a low charisma save. That is going to be just a 5.
That is a failure.
Yeah.
Bane.
Get out!
Get baned.
Target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw it makes while under the effects of this spell.
Okay, so that's for both methods and for the...
If you hate it, then you're gonna put a ring on it. I've got 3 rings for these.
And if
Excellent.
I have
Oop.
any extra, I'm going back toward the way I came. So
Can you,
I think you have 5 feet, right? Because... Yeah, there you go. Okay. So you just peek in, you look around, there's a lot of nasty stuff. Bam! You step back out. No problem, Cheshire. Alina,
All three of you.
from up where you are, you see little streaks of magic from behind. Did you turn? Cheshire's here. You turn to your right, and the glow tells you very clearly where Minka is. You can definitely see Ori, and then Billy is kind of. You saw Billy take off, and hard to see now. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I know a familiar when I see one, right?
Yeah.
Are all of the methods familiars? Things have been being cast through them.
It sure seems like it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Not cool. Horrible. But all right. Can I see this one that Raz is next to from where I am?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I would actually. You probably have to move like 5 feet to the left, but yeah, you can see it there.
This way? I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna do one beam at a time. So I'm gonna start with one at that one that Rez is against. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay, that's gonna be 11 force damage.
11 force damage.
Is
That's
he
the one
still-
that Rez just hit, right?
Yes.
They are barely hanging on,
And 3 bludgeoning.
and they're dead.
Yeah. I wanted to wait and see which one was gonna get it. And then, all right, I will turn and send the second beam toward. Have any of these other ones gotten hit yet?
No.
Okay.
There's-
Just
The one straight down from you.
yeah.
Or like
Remind me what Bane does. I know saving throws.
Subtract a d4 from attack rolls and stuff.
for them.
I'm gonna then hit
It's negative
the one
bless.
over there that's not baned.
Okay. The one that's kind of more in like this kind of. Ori took that one out.
Oh, okay. The one right below me then.
Okay.
Ooh, natty 1.
Natty 1. What? Yeah, for a total of. I'm
For
sure that's
a
gonna
total
miss.
of 10.
Yeah, it misses. And they do not have a high armor class for what it's worth, but that misses. The first one though, it strikes the mephit, it hits them, and as the blast drives them into the tree behind them, they just burst into dust. For Rez, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Buddy.
Sorry, Constitution saving throw.
Oh, buddy.
Con save, you say? What if I don't want to? 15.
15. That is a success. He's able to withstand the blinding sand and not take any ill effect from it.
Cool. All right, so with the rest of my turn, I'm going to, let's see, so I'm 5 feet that way, so I'm going to move 1. Basically until I'm like just hovering right above Billy, like above and behind Billy. To Rez, I'm going to say, great work, go bother that Goliath. And then I'm going to yell down to Billy, do not follow her.
Okay.
Or whoever. Do not follow whatever you're following. I know following when I see it. And then to Valis, I'm gonna be like, and that's my turn. Reaction.
No problem. That brings us to Valis. Minka's you're on deck.
All right, I am going to take. This is what I want to do, Joe.
Okay.
In my head, so I saw that there was a fire. Now, before I got turned to a snake, to me, the fire was a danger to the party.
Sure.
Now this is guess. So what I want to do
That's
as a
a
snake, and let me know if this makes sense. I want to take the dash action and just, and I'm like, if I'm a huge snake, I'm assuming I'm like a really big snake.
You're
I
a
want
really
to-
big snake, yeah.
I want to like slither this way, slither over this water thing, dip through it, and just kind of like slither past the fire and try to smother it.
He is a dumb
Sure.
snake.
And
You-
then
Forwards.
Yeah.
You rush through, feeling the stone against your belly, and you slam into it. Can you make a, we'll call it a dexterity saving throw?
Snaky boy.
Sorry, sneaky boy.
Hiss, hiss.
No, I see what's going on here. It's smart.
I think it's 14. It's hard to tell because this is
Doesn't matter.
Because you're a snake.
I'm guessing. Oh yeah, I'm going to say 14.
14. You slam into what could only be described as the most solid pond of water you have ever felt. And you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you do so. No water splashes. You see it slosh a little in there. You don't feel it being wet, and you sense no moisture.
I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit confused.
That's fair.
You are a snake.
You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, so did I slam into something that I couldn't see?
you slammed into what looked like just a pond of water, and as you slammed into the water part, your head just bounced off it like it was stone.
So like you thought you were going into water, and instead, that's the slamming.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
see.
slammed your head with full force into it.
Oh, I'm even dumber now than I was before.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just keep slithering past.
You kind of like bounce off of it, slamming your head in and ricocheting off. Yeah.
What are your hit points?
The reason that they chose giant constrictor is because they have a good number of hit
Yeah,
points.
I was about
And
to
then I'm
say.
going to slide through the fire and like try to smother it with my body.
Okay.
Does it seem like I just slid through fire?
You slide through fire and you do take 3 points of fire damage, and the fire just goes out. It's hot. It's you get the sense that you just put out a campfire, but yeah, you right through it.
Oh, look, guys, I defeated the fire.
Yay!
And actually, that reminds me. Wait 1 second.
As a
Oh,
cold,
nothing reminds you of anything.
As you hit the fire, similar to when you hit that thing, you strike something that isn't there, and you hear the crack of wood and the slosh of something. And can you make a charisma saving throw? As a pot of nightmares comes down on your head.
I'm sorry, what?
you're gonna have some bad snake
Nightmares,
dreams coming
famously that
your
thing
way.
that
I
can go
think.
into a pot.
Yeah.
I rolled really well,
Yeah.
but with a -4 modifier for
For being a snake.
15.
That is a failure.
All right.
And
We
so
got
all
a
of
We
a
got
sudden-
another wheel.
Another
Hey.
wheel. We got a wheel.
No, Kara just noticed the D4's up there.
That is
no.
true, but these are for attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
And
For the Bane, I think. Right?
this is and this is a this is called the pot of nightmares. It's a trap, and as it falls on you, you are charmed. You feel a slosh of some foul-smelling soup or some kind of rotting stew.
Is there a...
If you are a snake, you no longer gain the benefits of your Eladrin features.
Okay. What
And so-
what about my paladin features?
No, you're a snake.
I'm not a snake paladin?
Starters. And so
Take it in, yeah.
you are charmed, and while you are charmed, you cannot take reaction throws. You sense as the kind of bits of rotting flesh fall down around you, there are huge creatures all around, and this frightens you. Your reactions are being used to keep yourself safe from them. Aside from that, as far as you can tell, that's all that's happening right now. You can repeat that save at the end of every one of your turns.
And you should.
For what it's worth, Valis, as you slide through that space, there is now a steel pot that is just rolling on the floor.
Oh.
It was a literal pot of nightmares.
At least we're getting the traps out of the way.
I
And
guess.
then
Better the snake out.
I
It
try
had
to
to happen, yeah.
I try to move into this tree right here. Does it... Do I go into a tree?
You kind of, having lost a lot of your momentum, yes, you kind of into the tree and you are like running along it. You get the sense that you could force your way through, but you would probably get hurt.
You could probably climb it.
What do you mean by get hurt?
You feel pressure as you kind of get around to the edge of the tree.
I see. Okay.
As a snake, this is just all kinds of confusing.
6, 7, 8.
That 1 inch.
Snakes.
Alright, and then I think I remove the rest of the thing over here.
Okay. So you underneath Alina.
And then bonus actions.
There you go. Free action for a snake, actually. That's your feature. Minka, what would you like to do? Loshar and the dust methods on deck.
Megan's gonna look directly at Loshar and go like, I'm sorry, and then she's gonna reach out and cast Shocking Grasp on the Mephit.
Okay. That is a dex save?
It is a spell attack, so on an attack, it is going to be a total of 11.
11 is a miss, unfortunately. Wait, this is banned?
Yeah, it's
Bane.
baned.
Saving throw and attack roll. Yeah, so it doesn't... Oh, wait, it's a saving throw.
Saving throw.
There it is.
-2.
Minus to their saving throws.
It's not a save.
Oh, because you made an attack roll,
It's an
right?
attack roll. Oh, right.
Dude.
I'm looking
Is
at
the
the
method wearing metal?
+2.
So a total of 13?
13,
God damn it!
That is a
I
hit.
feel like
Yay!
The
So
inspiration.
it was successful, so it was
Reminding people
right.
about
Yeah, could you?
inspiration.
All right, cool. So
Why
that
Billy no
is
longer gifted out?
2d8 lightning damage.
Very nice.
Question. With blind sight, would I have run into those things to be able to see through them? If I had remembered that I had blind sight?
Yeah, probably. Well, no. So the water thing, there is something there for sure. The fire, you went through a fire on purpose, so you collided with that. The trees, I mean, you tried to hit the tree and you did.
But I can blindside that there is a tree there.
There's definitely something there.
There is an object of some mass.
10 lightning damage.
10 lightning damage. Okay, that crackles out, and this little mephit just and like dust comes off them, but they're still up.
Okay. And then for my bonus action,
Didn't bring a drink down.
how much I can do as a bonus action that's actually helpful.
Dry.
So can I bonus action, I guess, observe Loshar and see if I could see any of like the hag marks, obviously on their person.
Sure. With a bonus action? No.
That's what I figured.
Anything
All
else,
right.
Minka?
Nope. So I'm gonna stand my ground.
There you go. So standing your ground at the start of this, kind of noticing where this is coming from, they're going to disengage from you, not with a mechanic, so you do get an attack of opportunity if you
All right.
want.
Cool. I'm gonna bap them. Actually, no. I'm gonna hold my reaction.
And they're going to rush towards you, Cheshire.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
Are they winding up to attack?
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna use my reaction to, instead of hitting them, I'm gonna cast Omen on them.
Okay,
Give them
very
a
nice.
minus D6 to their attack. They have a -6 to their next attack.
Very nice. So the
Plus the -4.
Very nice. So their first attack, as they rush over to you, is going to be a. This is a lot of math now.
Oh, Math Finder carrying over to Friday.
And then what did you take away?
6.
21 minus 6 is 15.
Minus a d4.
Yeah, I did that.
15 means it beats it.
Meets it, beats it. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is going to be a miss. Third one, 15 minus 1, 14 plus 8, 22 minus.
I think it's only for the one
Okay,
attack.
so 22. That's a hit, right? Okay, so
That is minus a d4, not that matters.
hits. That was with the minus. Every single D4 for what it's worth, 1. Very, very nice for me for that. But for the first strike, you are going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage? 11 points of magical bludgeoning damage. From the second, you are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And could you make a Constitution saving throw, please? 19. That is a success. They strike you once in the shoulder, kind of making you pinwheel back, and the second time, with an open palm, they hit you directly in the sternum. And it is a strike that, while it doesn't deal a lot of damage, 12 on the lower end of what they can deal, it hurts, and it almost drives the wind from you, but you inhale, and you are not stunned. That is Loshar's action. As a bonus action, they are going to use Flurry of Blows, take 2 additional attacks against you. Still minus D4. Wait, no, that's 2 D20s. So
Too many D20s.
I'm gonna re-roll that. It was a natural 20, but I'll re-roll that because I was technically wrong too.
Thank you.
That's great because that's gonna instead be a 12 to hit,
Nice.
and the second one this is gonna hit. Oh, actually, man, this D4 is killing me. 21. So 21 is gonna hit. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from that final one, and Loshar really not doing what they want to be doing. So for the Mephits,
It's okay, because we changed the
there's one in contact with Minka, and there's I think it's the only one. No,
There's one there.
There's one there, and
he's gonna go over to Ori.
that's it, right? Just the 2? Yep.
Get him.
Okay, so we'll start with Minka.
Yes.
Minka, this dust method is going to reach forwards first. Does their finger charge? Does not. And so they're going to swipe out with their tiny little claws. Does the 7 hit?
No.
All right. And so they go forwards, and they are unable to hit. They're like almost blinded by the light that you are providing, and so not able to get a strike. The one that goes over to you, Ori.
He's like, hey, I don't want to fight because, like, I'm just trying to live, so...
Sort of.
Maybe
he
let's
walks up
pretend
to
to be-
you and just goes, buddy, come here. And he goes and just goes to give you a hug. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
And just be like,
Uh-oh.
personal
the
boundaries, please.
What they don't know is this is Ori's weakness.
Oh no.
Sorry, Wisdom saving.
Wisdom save. Is it against being charmed?
It is.
Truly,
No.
Ori is both weak and not weak.
all right,
to being
17?
charmed, but
That is a failure.
Ooh.
say this is-
You are held as this dust method.
Oh wait, never mind. That's DC. Never mind.
It's just dust.
Dang.
This dust method. This dust method. Jesus.
This guy.
Hugs you, and there is a pulse of
guy.
intensely powerful magic that almost certainly doesn't come from the method, and you are held as held person, as they just kind of hug you. They don't even, they can't even really get around your arms, but they're just like holding you there, and you are held. You are paralyzed.
Oh damn.
That is all of the methods. That brings us to Rez.
Alright, Rez is gonna.
Or you're on deck for what it's worth.
Rez was told to go
Well, just
bother
wait
the
to say it at
Goliath,
the end,
and
okay.
of course that happened when the Goliath was closer, but that's okay. One, two. So he's gonna use his full movement. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Olive, you found it.
Oh, new thing.
6, 7, 8. Almost there. Lena, I'm almost there.
Okay. I'm going! And just
Watch yourself in your
that's
battlefield.
Interestingly, actually, no, you're not looking at Rez. So yeah, Rez is just doing stuff. That is Rez's turn.
Do I see
That brings
Rez
us to the
doing
top of the
stuff?
round. You see Rez
He's
just
visible
fly
right now
straight through.
because he got hit.
Yeah. That is
And as he
Rez's
flies by, he
turn.
goes, "I'm sorry, Elena told me."
It's more like what he's experiencing, but yeah. That is Rez. That brings us to the top of the round and to you, Ori. Ori, go ahead and at the end of your turn make a saving throw.
Wisdom save again? It's a 14.
That is a failure. You sit there frozen, and this dust method just goes, really, don't worry. They're just going to take you and probably take your bones and make them into something for somebody else. And don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. He's holding you. And you feel like it's not reassuring you, but you still can't move. That is your turn, Ori. That brings us to the hags. They lose a spell
bones.
slot.
They run down the river?
But so
My bones aren't looking good.
Who's gonna take care of my bones?
from around this pillar, Billy.
Did you just scream like vaguely whisper Billy's name?
No, she pointed at the barrel and said,
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Now.
Barrel's there.
There's a barrel.
Billy, you see another kind of shifting shape that steps out from around another one of these barriers. And Billy, first, the one that was directly in front of you and having you come forward, stops your spell and then snaps, and you sense the lightning bolt coming. But can you make a dexterity saving throw, I believe, please?
From which one?
Ooh,
The one directly in front.
16.
16.
Do I also have to make one because I am in the line of fire?
Looking. Might. No, you don't.
"Damn you and your love of the rules."
He's like slightly off.
Well,
I'm seeing if Minka is.
I am huge, so I
Guess
should
who's
be a 3x3
resistant to
space.
lightning?
If
Oh,
that matters.
that is a good point.
It does.
So I don't mind getting hit. It's fine.
Take that
you're
jar again.
I'm also carrying a metal
Sorry?
shield.
I'll take that jar again.
It's only gonna be Billy.
Sure.
It will make a lot more sense probably in a little bit.
I dislike that.
I don't like that at all.
So,
But I like the chocolate.
Billy, what was yours?
Easier.
16.
16. That is a failure.
Yeah, I thought so.
And Billy, you take. Wow, I'm rolling low on these. 28 points of lightning damage.
Thank God that you're rolling low because I'm still up.
And this crackles through. There is a following that lightning, and there is another bolt that just explodes against stone. But that is what she can do. The one that peeked around the corner, Billy. Let me just make sure I'm being good with my spells here. Yeah, okay.
29 minus 28 is 11?
Billy, make a dexterity saving throw.
Goodbye. That was an 8.
That was an 8. They're casting another lightning bolt. This one feels a little bit weaker than the last one.
Is it weak enough?
We're about to find out.
You gotta hope so.
26 points of lightning damage.
Not enough. Goodbye.
And so that 4th level lightning bolt just rips through you.
Oh,
and after the
wait.
first one.
Oh no, these are saving throws. God damn it!
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so, unfortunately, as you step forwards, following this hag who invites you in, you are struck by crossing lightning bolts and just brought down.
Don't cross the stream.
There is cackling from off in the distance, 3 of them. But that is the hag's turn. And that brings us to Billy. Billy, make a death saving throw, please.
That's an 11.
Okay. Billy, you stay just a little closer to life. But that is your turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Cheshire, this Goliath has run up on you and is currently laying into you. See Rez approaching from behind. What do you want to do?
I'm not happy about this. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm gonna healing word myself.
Okay. So you healing word yourself, you shrink into the huge fluffy elements of clothes that you have, and as they strike you, it's hard for them to see what is like ruffle and dress and what is actually Cheshire. Anything else? Alrighty, you give yourself that little bit of healing. That brings us to Alina. Valis, you're on deck.
Okay. Billy, no. And she's gonna fly down to Billy, so that's about 20 feet. Grab onto her ankle and thunder step away.
Hang on,
Sorry,
one second.
I know you hate it when
Elena got Alina. It doesn't flow as nicely.
Aline got a Aline. Aline got Aline.
Thunderstep
Lean
takes
got a
a
lean.
verbal component. And so they're going to cast Counterspell at 3rd level. And I believe 3rd or lower, the spell fails and has no effect.
Yeah. Okay.
And so you grab Billy's ankle and go nowhere.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay, so I saw where the lightning bolts came from, right?
You did.
Okay, so I'm just going to like move to stand in front of Billy's body. And and be like, show yourselves, cowards. And then do one of these.
As an action, you're going to try to make an intimidation check?
I've already.
Oh, then, okay. So you say that as a free action?
I just say it.
Yeah,
Like, come
no
on.
worries. Yeah, I thought that would have been really cool as an action, actually.
Why
But
you gotta undermine my
no
cool
worries.
moment?
It's still very cool. That is your turn. You step in front of Billy between where you believe the hags to be
Yeah.
and your friend. But that is your turn, Alina. That brings us to Valis. Minka, you're on deck.
Valis.
Alright. I'm gonna mosey on up to this method here and try to attack it. It's hugging Ori. Do I
Yeah.
have any type of advantage on it or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. You do.
We flank him.
Grapple the grapple.
It's technically not grappling because it's just the source of hold person, but for flavor, that's how it's casting it. It's because technically the
God.
Ori is paralyzed.
15 to hit.
15? 15 hits.
Oh, okay.
This is a little guy, and he's just holding onto Ori. And even though it's for flavor, it seems to help.
Just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
12 plus
It's
4.
just like, it's
Thank
okay.
you.
Just let him do it for a minute.
16 bludgeoning snaky constrict damage.
You slam into this method, and they are like already kind of baned. You can see like this darkness that is just hanging off of them. And as you hit them, you feel little bones break, their wings just to dust, and they are now just like barely hanging on to Ori's ankle, but still holding on. Barely. You can see like beginning to fall into sand. They have just snapped and like becoming dust from Thanos, but they are still up.
Am I still affected?
You are still affected. That has nothing to do with them.
Ah,
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Except that they're the conduit.
Unfortunately.
That
it has already.
Snake.
Your turn, Valis. Alrighty, Minka, what would you like to do? Then Loshar and the Methods.
So I heard Billy go down.
Yes.
Mostly from Alina screaming.
Billy ran down there, and then there was just crack, 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 and then like yeah, a lot of lightning just threw at Billy.
So I
didn't
don't
come
think I
back
can
out like-
see Billy from here.
Billy and the Emperor.
So Minka is going to reposition herself and just kind of ignore this. No, actually, first she's going to slap him at it with Shocking Grasp.
Slap.
It's 2 on the die, so I'm guessing that is a no because it's 11.
An 11 is just a miss, unfortunately. It was close.
Bane? No.
No,
doesn't
that's
do
not
it.
right. I'm just untouching. So I'll just instead be like, whatever, and then run forward so I can see.
Okay. So you're going to rush over. That will provoke an attack of opportunity.
That's all right.
And so
I'll take
that,
it.
as they lash out with their tiny little claws. Oh, this is
They're teeny tiny little claws. They're so cute.
14 to hit.
That's a miss.
Alrighty. They are unable to grab onto you. This Bane drags them back.
I can get here so I can see Billy. Ooh, I knocked a tree over.
You conquered the tree.
That's just how strong Minka is.
Is she within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Yep.
I can barely. I'm having trouble seeing the gritty. So she's gonna does it run up and yell out, Billy, and cast Healing Word.
Okay.
So at first level, so that is going to be 6, 9 points. So okay, so that is a total of. Oh, that's it. What did I roll the wrong one? I did. Right, it's D4. It's 2 D4s because it's that. I am so sorry. My brain
It's okay.
rolled
It's
the wrong
trust
die.
me, when I was trying to figure out the D4s and the -6s and everything, I mean, that was
all
a
right.
lot.
All
It's
right.
hard on a Friday night.
No, I feel you.
So that is 8 points from Healing Word, plus 3 points from the bonus that she gets from the sickle, plus 7 points
Nice.
from the chalice form.
Very nice.
18.
Yes.
You.
I like
good.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
nice. It's a tremendous amount of healing. From this point, you surge this forwards, and Minka, with that just burst of energy that surges forwards to heal, you see it goes into the trees and then just slides around them and to reach Billy. But it still works.
There's a very dusty cough that comes from Billy.
Yeah, it's gotten very dusty in the whole space. Yeah.
So is my action, bonus action, and movement. So that is my turn.
Okay, that is your turn, Minka. That brings us to Loshar and the dust methods. So you have taken the defense action, or the dodge action. Loshar's still going to attack. First attack, minus D4. Or at the end of their turn, do they get a save from Bane?
No,
that's
it's
rough.
It's the
That's
bless.
rough.
but
15
it's
to hit?
Bad bless.
Beats it. And the second one is going to be...
Hashtag
It's a disadvantage,
Bane.
right?
No. Very great. Great point. So 15 or even lower. And so that was meets it, beats it. That is going to be a miss. You dodge out of the way. They strike what they think is going to be your face, and this just shoulder pauldron just in. It is just cloth. The second one with the -4. Real lucky because it was going to be a natural 20, and instead it's an 8. And so that is going to be a miss as well. They are going to bonus action disengage. Actually, no, they're not going to do that. They're just going to run. They're not afraid of you.
That's fine.
They're going to run over and end up right with the snake.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's not good.
Opportunity wave. And they rush over to where you are, and they end with legs on either side of you, Valis. And you see they just crack their knuckles, and they look like they're about to try to grapple you, but that is all they can do on their turn. For the methods that are still up, we have what, 1, 2?
Yep.
The one that cast or had hold person cast through it is going to turn around and, not really knowing any better, going to slash at Valis. Valis is a 17 hit.
Yeah.
Valis, you take 2 points of slashing damage as you just hear, "Go away, only one person." But that is that method. The other one is going to fly up to Rez, like around the corner there, and like a little L. Yep, base contact with Rez, and they are going to swing out with a little claw, minus the D4. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And they take the maximum of 5 points of slashing damage as they carve into Rez.
Not little buddy.
The fight of the familiar is happening in the
Not
background
little
over there,
buddy.
but that is Loshar and the Dust Methods, which brings us to the other familiar, Rez.
Oh wait, I have resistance to slashing from non-magical attack. Is that magic technically?
I don't think it should be.
No,
nice.
just slashing.
So
Half of that.
only 2 points.
Barely even touches them. And Rez turns
Now it's
around.
his
It's Rez's turn. What does he want to do?
Retribution.
25% of his.
Fuck him up, Rez.
I mean, he's supposed to go follow the Goliath, but he can take a swipe and then do that.
So technically, I think you actually told him to just like fuck people up. I thought was the last
No,
instruction.
I told
you
him
had.
the last
Go
instruction.
bug the Goliath.
Okay, yeah.
Go
So
bother
yeah,
the Goliath.
yeah. I mean, you can take it. Rules is written, not really. It's
I feel
supposed
like
to
you'd
follow
have
the
good
instruction.
sense to like not go opportunity
But-
attacks, right?
No,
Rules as
I
written, they don't
think
have
so,
sense.
no.
They just do what they're told.
Yeah, so this one it will
Rez.
provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right, why don't you do that first?
I will. With the D4, that is going to be an 18 to hit.
Hits.
And this is going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
So down to 2.
You had
go.
used you.
But you leap forwards. Rez is able to break free.
All right, and then over to the Goliath, and he's got 40. Yeah, so he gets there. I imagine he's like, Alina, I finally made it to the Goliath. That's all, and then
Help action?
help action.
There you go. He is out of breath, but he's there. That brings us to the top of the round and to Ori. Hags are on deck.
Natural 20. Get this
Very
fucking
nice.
method out of here.
Okay, sure. Natural 20, you explode that method out of here.
All right, that's it because that's the end of my turn, right?
Sure. And it's also not a method, it's a condition.
The hold.
You break free of his tiny little arms. He just goes, oh, shoot. But that is your turn, Ori. That brings us to the
Had a
hags.
nice hug.
As the healing surges into you, Billy, you hear a hiss from the darkness. No! But they don't counterspell it, for what that's worth.
So odd.
Just like that.
Listen, they burned some higher level spells already.
Certainly.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
can
but
just...
we only have so many hit points.
No, leave her alone.
I painted that one.
Oh, is that the same one that we had fought before?
Yeah,
That
it
one
is.
Very familiar to you guys as this hag. You can see they from the ethereal plane and are now whole. And right in front of you, Alina, they loom over top, and you can smell this foul sensation. And all at once, you can see as you look into their eyes, they were the one that had said no, their mouths still twisted in the sneers, and their eyes just go black.
Don't love that.
They look at you. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, Alina?
Is it against the
This
spell?
aura
It
of
is.
nightmare. I think that's.
This is Ara, yes.
Wisdom, you said?
Yes.
19.
All right. With a 19, meets it, beats it.
Meets
God,
it.
also
You are
odd.
able to absolutely, as you look at this, these dark eyes look at you, and you feel your entire body convulse with pain, and that sinks into your stomach as nausea, and you feel yourself about to get sick, but you resist. But their eyes are still black, and you get the sense that they can do this pretty much every round.
Oh.
That is their turn. There are 2 more hags. The other one that is ethereal. Notice the healing is coming from Minka.
Yeah, it's not exactly like a
You just said
subtle thing.
Which one is that? The one that we know?
Aura.
Aura.
Aura of nightmares.
The one we fought earlier.
Yeah.
Right behind.
And the leader is
Cool.
Shari the Slumber Hag, I believe. The one that is the leader.
That's the one that's still hiding, most likely.
Minka,
Yeah.
all of a sudden behind you. Oh, and what I did forget to do is bring up my hag names. Oh, I'm not going to find him in the dark. Okay. For the moment, that hag becomes real as well. And,
Polar bear.
I have 3 great night hags. But,
We'll get him at break.
yeah, we'll get him a break. That one becomes real as well. And you can see they loom over top you. And reaching forwards, you can see on their person, there is this dark black kind of armor that is wrapped around their body. You can see behind them, these 2 shoulder pads are made up of what look like twisted elements of thorny vines that form almost like a crossed high collar behind. And the thing that you really see is these 3 buttons, all 3 of them the heads of stags, but the center one, skeletal in nature. They are going to reach out towards you.
What if I say no?
What if I say no?
What if I just
Is
say
it
no?
associated with the reaction?
No,
Probably not.
I mean, I do have.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I totally can. Hold on, I'm just gonna move this so I remember that she's not ethereal anymore. Con save. Constitution. That's not a D20. That would be very.
Yeah, please roll with something higher than a D8.
Yeah, no, I keep rolling 2s on this die, so that's excellent. 7.
No!
7.
No!
They become real and they reach out with their hands, and as they do, the dark leather of the armor, you see one of these buttons just shines brighter than the rest, and everything becomes dark, and they cast harm on you. And Minka, you take 42 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
What am I gonna do about
Hit
it?
point maximum is reduced by 42 points.
Oh my god! I felt that coming in my soul, but at least it was me.
And as they pull the energy out, they
sorry.
you can see they begin to pulse and grow even stronger, and they smile at this. That is their turn, and that is going to bring us to Billy.
Billy doesn't see that, but
You see this one hag looming over you, eyes dark, and you know what this is. You've seen eye bite before.
Billy stands up, and just says, "There you are." And Hexblade's curse. The hag
Okay.
lady, she cursed.
Aura of
Of Nightmare is Hexblade's cursed, and then Green Flame Blade
Okay.
for a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Beautiful.
Yummy.
I gotta remember how much damage I had with that. Da, 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 you gain a bonus, a precious bonus. I'm holding on to this for all day. And then Billy is going to burn a flourish for slashing flourish, which gives me extra damage. And it's Green Flame Blade. Alright, so that's 8 points of magical piercing, plus 7 points of additional magical piercing from the slashing flourish.
How much?
So grand total of 15 points of magical slashing,
The
and
non-magical damage doesn't seem to do the full amount.
it's magical.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
I'm a magical girl. And 8
Really,
points,
you are magical.
8 points of fire damage.
Very nice. And that all does the full amount that you would expect it to.
Yes,
They
it does.
rear back with a... And you can see they threaten to become ethereal again. But anything else, Billy? Okay, no problem. That is your
Reaction
turn,
spin.
Billy. Billy, that is your turn. That brings us to Cheshire. Alina, you're on deck.
Herrick and
See this
Spitz.
little method over there. It's kind of annoying me at this point. So, Mind Sliver. That's an intelligence saving.
-4.
-4.
Sorry, minus Bane.
Minus Bane.
D4.
So they rolled a 2. They get a natural -1 to 1, and then -2 from Bane. So -1.
Nice. Their brain implodes.
Yeah, it does. Bye.
10 points points of psychic damage, and they subtract another d4 from the next saving throw.
No, they subtract everything from their saving throw because they were already becoming like sand, and as you hit them, they just fall apart. And there is an explosion of sand, but you are too far away to be affected by it.
Just minutes.
Okay, that is your turn, Cheshire. That brings us to Alina. Alina, from where you are, this hag looms over top. The other one kind of slinks around towards Minka. What are you doing?
Did I see Minka take that hit?
Yeah, you definitely heard it, and it made all of the light around Minka become dark for just a second.
And do I see the article of clothing being worn by this hag?
Certainly you do.
Okay.
And for you, the thing that really stands out behind this high collar, there is almost imperceptible in this space a cloak of autumn leaves that is attached.
Okay.
That's your shit.
That's my shit. Okay. Well, Billy seems fine for now. So Alina's gonna stay where she is, but she's gonna look toward Polar Bear Hag, and point and cast Rolitham Psychic Psychic Lance, which unleashes a shimmering lance of psychic power from my forehead. That's gonna be an intelligence saving throw, please. DC 17.
And actually, technically, they do get advantage against that.
What do you mean technically?
So that must be
So
Shari.
19 on the first and a 20 on the second, and the 20 is a grand total of 26.
Fuck off.
Reroll?
Yes.
Okay. So rerolling does it reroll at advantage, right?
You just re-roll and take the lower roll.
It imposes disadvantage, basically.
Well, yeah, but so mechanically she has resistance against magic. So she's
When
rolling
a
at
creature
advantage
you can
normally.
see succeeds on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay.
So,
So re-rolling, so that only re-rolls one of the two dice?
You have to re-roll the saving throw,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
The one that succeeds.
Well, so they both succeeded. That's the confusing part about the wording for it. But for whatever reason...
You have to just re-roll the throw.
No worries, that's
it
what we're
doesn't
gonna
say
do.
re-roll the dice. It says re-roll...
12.
That is a failure.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Hell
So,
yeah.
We like that.
She is going to be taking 7d6 psychic damage, and she is incapacitated until my next turn.
Nice. Useful.
Quick question. Does incapacitation disrupt concentration?
Does incapacitation... I believe so,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Was that how you're concentrating on anything?
They work.
Nice.
Was it a polymorph?
Give me a second.
Okay. 28 points of psychic damage.
48 points of psychic damage. And who is this against? Sorry, this was against...
Polar bear one.
Polar Bear one.
Well,
Either
she's currently a
Hesitate
polar.
or Shari.
That's most like...
That's Shari.
Most likely Shari, yeah.
Well, that's why this spell
Hesitate's
can be
the
cast
leader.
by saying the name of the person, but I didn't want to risk it because I wasn't sure.
They can't move or speak. They are... Incapacitated can't take actions or reactions. It doesn't say that they break concentration.
I think the
Oh, okay.
spell, if you are incapacitated,
You have to do
lose
a... You at least have to
concentration.
do a,
Yeah, I know I
a
have to do
concentration.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
I think most spells are if you are incapacitated or lose consciousness, you lose concentration.
Most spells, but it also
Yeah.
says so.
Right. But yeah, so I'm saying it might be said in the spell itself rather than.
Yeah, so they stop characters from...
That is a natural 1. You are still a constrictor. They were not concentrating on
Oh,
polymorph.
but they were concentrating on something.
That was Shari.
Yes.
Yeah. What was Shari concentrating on? What becomes real?
You see the second mark?
Yeah.
Take everything off the table.
Hey!
What?
Wait.
Everything off behind that. Yeah.
This.
All the trees?
Yep.
Oh, right, because
Everything
we
that's
know
not
we're in a
that.
stone room because...
Well, we don't know that. Valis
Well,
knows that.
Well, now we
I hit
do.
my head on... I knew that it was a room. I didn't
Yes.
know that.
We knew there was a ceiling, so...
Look
at what Joe has for us! It's a
More
morphing
shit.
battlefield!
Mighty Morphin
That's why there's markers! Oh my god, I thought it was because there was traps!
There's
guys in there.
There's guys in there!
Guys.
There's the other hag!
I might just pull that off the table. I got that right there.
Oh my god. Mighty Morphin battles. Whatever.
Oh,
my
boy.
God.
Oh boy.
I'm freaking out!
Oh,
And
you've
you can pull...
Which
say
one's
that every
Shari?
Pull the markers off?
Yeah.
This is where
Markers are gone. Yeah.
He said the marker.
Oh, there's the hags. Get rid of that polar
Okay.
bear.
Or sorry.
Well, that makes sense. That's where the hags were, because that's where they were.
Split off. This is gonna be this guy.
That's where they were.
There's a bag of conscious.
I feel better about my coloring for the hag.
I'm not
that
done with
I
my turn
painted.
yet, so just let me know when you're done.
So as you hit this person with a psychic glance and they are dumbstruck and incapacitated, they lose concentration, and the entire back of this place just is rock. And you see tables and chests. You see gold at the end of the hall. You can see the elements that were trees are stone pillars and ruined walls. You are in the tower in the back half of this, and you would imagine probably in the other half as well. And Billy and Alina, when you first entered, it was like you probably ran straight into a wall and then scraped yourselves along and made your way around.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish your turn.
Okay. Okay. Well, now that she's incapacitated, Alina's like, that's mine. And she lies over here. Oops. Yeah, right. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. I can get next to her. And Alina's going to grab on to the back of the waistcoat.
Okay.
No, it's buttoned, you said.
It is.
Will you allow me to unbutton it as part of my move?
No.
Okay, she's just gonna grab onto it and be like,
When you grab onto it, there's something about this item that intrinsically speaks to you. And when you touch it, you smell all the smells of home and the same excitement that you feel the very first time you ever saw a portal open up for a hunt. There is something to this that is so innately yours, and then she tugs it away.
she's incapacitated.
Sorry, which one is incapacitated?
The one wearing the
Sorry,
vest.
yeah,
That was the whole point.
right. Sorry, I got really confused for a second. My fault. No worries.
So
So
can
you
I
go
continue
up.
to hold on to it?
You can hold on to it, but you can't take it off with
No,
no.
no, and Alina is going to, as a free action, call out, this belongs to a servant of Sir Nunos.
Okay.
And then telepathically, she's going to be like, Raz, keep doing what you're doing.
She is incapacitated, and so at the moment you say that, and you can see the lips slowly are starting to turn into a sneer, but she is not able to do a whole lot about it. Anything else, Alina?
Backhand me on her next turn, but that's fine. No, nothing else.
Alrighty, that brings us to Valis.
All right.
So hesitate, focusing on the Valis.
I will. I'll attack the Goliath,
Okay.
and I have advantage because of the help from
Rez, yeah.
Rez, right?
You do.
All right. 25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits, yeah.
All right. Well, it is grappled, and it takes 13 damage. 13 bludgeoning damage, and it's grappled, and until the grapple ends, the creature is restrained as well.
Okay.
It can. Looks like it says escape DC 16.
Yep,
if
that
you
makes
wanted
sense.
to try to escape.
No worries. You grab onto this Goliath, and as you do, they turn and they look down at you, and you realize all of a sudden they don't want to go anywhere, Valis. They're right where they want to be. But anything else, Valis?
No.
Okay, that brings us to Minka. Minka, you feel your life force just drained. The light flickers within you, but you're able to stand on. You look over, and now Alina is tugging at this waistcoat. What would you like to do?
So see Alina being so close, and she's gonna be like, I can move. And go back the way she came. So
He's hoping you would get away while incapacitated.
30, 40.
Minka definitely like jams a shoulder into the hag shoulder.
And then 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I have so
Yes.
she's gonna Minka's gonna yell, Alina, let go! And then she's gonna cast Erupting Earth to catch the hag in it
Okay.
and to try
Very
to slam
nice.
her against the ceiling.
Nice.
So it's a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
And she's
Says
incapacitated,
at-
so it's an absolute.
No.
Hang on.
She's doing it against
Against
Aura.
the other one.
Huh?
Who are you doing it against?
No, against the incapacitated one. I'm just
Oh,
saying-
okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but-
They do still get a save, I believe.
So yeah, it doesn't interrupt the DC the save. So
Right.
she is a DC 17 saving throw.
What kind of
But,
saving?
but I was
So-
checking to see if it was a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I
dexterity.
don't believe so. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So
And so you kind of erupt the earth around them. They don't dodge it as much as they just kind of like slide out of the grasp of the
yeah,
earth.
so they still take half damage. So let me roll that and just see.
And they're incapacitated till the start of your next round, right? So they're not
So
very nice.
I love that.
That is,
I've been sitting on that spell
That's
through
nice.
this entire fucking forest.
that's actually really smart too, because otherwise they would have planned for that. So that
Almost
was
as if they
really good.
planned for someone to make it quiet.
They didn't actually.
Well, fuck them.
so it'd be 15 halved because I rolled like shit.
Hey, you know what? Every little bit counts. That's what we say here.
You do say that.
So that was my action. And
Oh, it's if it's
my
unconscious
bonus
versus-
action,
Yeah.
I am going to cast.
When you're unconscious, you're incapacitated.
Who is behind me?
And then some, yeah.
You have Valis,
Yeah.
Mephit, Goliath,
Rez.
Rez, and Ori.
You look to your left, there's a huge snake thrashing around. There's a Mephit who's just going, oh no. And there's this Goliath who is like boxing with Rez. There's a lot happening
And
over
the
there.
snake is now like constricting the Goliath.
Okay. So
That's
I'm gonna
nice, dude.
cast a second level healing word on Cheshire. Cause she got
do be chushling.
yeah, she got beat pretty hard. So that's 6. 14 points, huh? 14 points of healing.
Very nice.
And then the 1d8 will go to. How far away is Ori? Is Ori close enough? 1, 2, 3, 4.
25 feet away.
Yeah. So you'd get 7 points of healing. Half 2, 4. Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
every little
no,
bit counts.
3,
Yeah.
3.
3.
Because it's rolled down, rounded
Yeah,
down.
you
so
round
3.
down.
So 3 points.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah.
As you round away, there's elements of your starlight that just shine off of you and begin to radiate out into people, healing them. Anything else, Minka?
That is it.
Alrighty, that is Minka's turn. That brings us to Loshar and the dust methods. Oh,
I forgot. Erupting earth causes that entire area to become difficult terrain in a 20-foot cube.
in a 20-foot.
Yeah, so it's going to be basically this pillar here, because
Okay.
that's how I centered to make sure I didn't hit
No
Alina.
worries.
So this area is now difficult terrain.
The pillar is difficult terrain. If anything causes the terrain to move, that stays there. That brings us to Loshar. Loshar now wrapped up in this constrictor grip. They're going to attempt to break out using their action,
Minus a d4.
minus a d4.
Minus another d. No, that's the Mephit that died.
That is going to be 18
16.
minus 1, so 17. That's a success, correct?
Yep.
So as an action, they break free from your constriction. And as... Oh, man, that does mess with their action economy quite a bit, though.
I'm okay
Nice.
with that.
Hiss.
They're going to take
Aw.
patient defense.
We got a
They're
whoa.
getting real low on key. But that is what they are going to do. That brings us to the lone remaining dust method. Do they get their dust breath back? They do not. And so they're going to turn around and they're going to look up at you, Ori, and they're just going to be like, friends, nah. And they're going to slap at you. And
Friends don't
that is gonna
slash
be-
friends without
does a
asking.
3 hit?
A 3? No.
You just slap his hands away. He's hurt. He's like a little dust method. He's not really intimidating. But that's all that he can do. And that brings us to Rez. Rez is on the other side of this Goliath.
I was just like, oh, I'll keep doing what you said, but don't you want help with the waistcoat. It's weird that you didn't think to ask me to come help you with the. Okay, and then he just takes the help action.
No problem. Wait for him.
Is he
And that
visible?
brings us to the top of the round. Now,
He is
because it is 9 o'clock,
Yep.
why don't we step away for a quick break, and then we'll come back at the top of the round, beginning with Ori. Thank you for sticking with us so far for this hag battle. We'll be back in just a little bit. Haggle, I like. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. When we came back on time, we're going to go right back into combat.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Starting at the top of the round, you guys have been fighting hags, and at this point in the battle, some of you are quite hurt, but you did, with a very powerful spell, Alina, manage to incapacitate one of them, and at once, a third of the battlefield flickered and became entirely different. And some of you may have realized that you have been fighting within an illusory field up until this point. And it seems as if there is at least some of it still intact. But Ori, you are at the top of the round. What would you like to do? The hags are following.
So this log is the squishy one. Did I get the sense that if I tried to go this way...
You are the only one that has used the word squishy. Again, I've said creaky,
Yes.
but I just want to make sure you know it's not wet. In
the decrepit log. Is this... would I get the sense that traveling this would be difficult terrain?
Yes.
Or okay. I think that'll still be... Yeah, I'm gonna make my way 5, 10, 15
Okay,
difficult terrain
Yep.
to get a shot at this hag here.
no problem. So you stand, and it feels surprisingly flat under your feet, but no problem.
It's because it's like an illusory bench or something,
Who
probably.
knows?
But now that I know that this is an illusion to some degree,
Sure.
it's probably not a log. Do I have advantage because of flanking from here or because base contact from Billy?
You have advantage because, yes, they definitely get half cover with this.
From like there?
So, like, where the black paper is,
Yeah.
that is technically,
Like a
you would
wall?
imagine the stone wall. So you can't go further,
Yeah.
like, you can't lean into the wall.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
So they're benefiting from some half cover.
Okay. So does that? I don't
No, because
think I can. 'cause
15
it's
feet on difficult terrain.
Did you use your bonus action yet?
That's why I'm gonna. I need to figure out because I'm gonna bonus action dash to get
There you go.
all the way here.
You jump off the log and land on just regular old ground, and this creature is now right in front of you. You can see
And now
these
I'm
stinky black
gonna
eyes.
shoot this motherfucker in the back of the head.
Go for it.
Oh, let's go. That's a 19 on the die. That's a 30.
It's a what?
30.
That hits.
And I'm gonna pile everything into this shot.
I was so excited for this because I was like, oh no, they have half cover. They have a pretty high AC already. But no, that's 30 is pretty hard to withstand.
Boop, 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 boop.
Them Starfinder numbers.
So
Oh,
shot,
is that a sad thought?
sneak attack,
What if we defeat the hags and the little guys?
Keep
and
that-
we're
charge,
little
Keep that
guys?
sad thought to yourself.
superiority die.
There's a
And I'm
chance
gonna
that
make it
might
a
happen.
trip attack.
Okay.
If you didn't true polymorph.
Is that a saving throw?
Yes, it is a, I believe, strength saving throw that I'll double check.
Okay.
One of those.
I think that's only.
All right.
It's not a spell either.
Let's see. I have polymorph. I just don't have it today.
That is an 8.
Cool, that's a failure.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of what it is. So she is prone, and she takes
Doesn't say anything.
26 points of damage, most of which is magical piercing. 8,
Up to 1 hour.
sorry,
Yeah, it's true.
4 of which is magical fire.
Okay. The magical fire doesn't seem to do the damage that you would imagine, but aside from that, the rest does.
All right. That's bonus action, and I'm gonna just like stare across at Billy, having just shot this thing in the back of the back.
No worries. The back of the back. You do that.
Was that,
That
back of
brings
the
us to
is
the
that hag
hag's turn.
concentrating on anything?
No.
That's-
Oh no, that hag is concentrating on something.
Bite?
That's cocked.
Huh?
They succeed. Yeah, they're the one with the inky black eyes. That is anything else, Ori?
Nope. That's
Okay,
it.
that brings us to the hags. So, the hag that's incapacitated is so until the beginning of Alina's next turn, so they're just kind of hanging out. They can take bonus actions, I believe.
They
I don't think they
can't
can
take
do any action based.
Oh, right, because
Any kind of action,
right.
yeah.
We looked that
They
up,
can
right,
move
right,
and
right.
stuff, but they can't do any
They
actions.
can, but they're not gonna. I think what they will do is So the one that's is prone, they'll stand up. And because
Okay.
all this is happening, I think that this person's going to also.
No.
Are they currently not ethereal?
Correct. That's why they're in an invisible state. It's a green hag, that one. It's a dusk hag functionally, but I had misplaced this miniature initially, and so I flopped them on the board. That one runs around through the ruined elements of wall, and I think first the one with eye bite, not even taking its eyes off you, Billy, is going to attempt to use this on you again. Can you go ahead and for me make a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. That sucks right there.
Sure does.
That's a 5.
Billy, you are asleep.
Oh shit!
Ooh, damn.
And so
That's the nightmares.
that
That's the nightmares. Oh
That's
shit!
not good.
Oh
Is
shit!
the worst one to be asleep.
Oh shit! We got the
is a
nightmares.
wide grin, and this creature is going to choose what it's going to do.
No.
At first, it was rushing forwards, almost like there was a sense of frantic energy, like it needs to help. And then, as soon as Billy begins to drop to the ground, a grin that is almost too wide spreads, and their pace quickens. As they rush over to you, Billy, they are going to cast Nightmare Haunting on you. Or actually, they're going to use, because it is not a spell.
Nightmare haunty haunts.
Billy
What?
Go down again.
Billy,
What nightmare haunty?
can you do me a
What
favor?
happens when Billy goes down while asleep in the clutches of the Covenant of Unrest?
He says, "Can you do me a favor?" and then is quiet.
Do we have Cursed as a ring?
Prone,
We do have
right?
Chris as a
Go ahead and put Cursed on yourself.
All right.
You are not cursed, but you feel some element of magic sink into you.
As I'm asleep.
You are asleep. And in your kind of dark dreams, there are shapes beyond, but for some reason, and you sense these are things that you've had around your life forever. And for just this moment, they don't seem to be able to reach you. But there's something else that lurks in the darkness, and this is very real and very close. But that is all that they'll do for now. The one, let's eye bite, that's that one, that's all the hags. That brings us to Billy.
Hi.
Billy, you're asleep.
Yep.
Let me just double check, but I believe.
Do I get anything on my turn? Do I
think so.
wake up?
Did you just wake up? Yeah.
Can
That's
I
it.
be like, this is a dream?
Lucid dreaming, yeah. Do you have the lucid dreaming feat?
By the power of dreams, I wake up.
Billy, you sleep. That is Billy's turn.
Billy.
That brings us to Cheshire.
Gotta set the alarm.
Please set the alarm, somebody.
I will. That method that was supposed to be still up.
I don't believe.
No, the one you attacked
you
earlier
flattened
is
him.
gone.
the one I
Yeah,
attacked
there's
earlier.
just one
There's
more.
one.
over
Yeah,
there.
there's one more that is up, just
Next
barely, like trying to grab onto Ori, but becoming dust at his ankles.
Yeah, or he ran away too.
That's an intelligence.
Minus a D4 still.
There's a D4 still.
That's good because they rolled a 16. 14.
That is a minute.
They roll real high.
Losing my mind.
That's okay. We're all adults. We know what shapes look like.
Do we?
That is 9 points of psychic damage. And he will take an additional D4 off his next save.
No, he won't. He's
Dead as dirt. Dust.
Becomes
No,
dust
but
right at your
the
feet.
familiars are
And
fine with
unfortunately, Ori, for you, the
I'm over
angle of
here.
this.
I'm all the way over here.
Oh,
now.
you are. Who's over there? Oh, Loshar.
Loshar.
No, Loshar.
Rez is there
Loshar.
too.
There's no effect of this, but the sand just straight with the trajectory into the boots and just like full of sand.
Sandy
it's
boots.
no mechanics, but very.
It's actually
uncomfortable.
probably good for you because snakes are good in.
Oh yeah,
Sand.
I go faster now.
That is
You're a sideline.
Well, you just like scrub your scales a little.
Oh!
inspiration from
like a
across,
sandbag.
across the forest.
Nice and
Anything else,
smooth.
Cheshire? Alina, what would you like to do, Valis? You're on deck.
Scales.
Okay, well, she's not incapacitated anymore.
Is it the end of your turn or beginning of your turn?
Beginning.
Beginning.
Oh man.
And then I look over.
Billy? You have a question?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Do-
Hexblade's Curse, do I drop that when I'm asleep?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. There's no rules for sleep. It's just for unconsciousness.
Did she
I think
stand
sleep
up?
and unconscious is...
She stood up, right?
Yeah.
Sleep and unconscious are different, but you are unconscious while sleeping.
The one
Okay.
you just took.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's dead.
Sorry.
It's like
No, you're good.
old squares.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I assume Alina saw Billy go to sleep
Yeah.
or do something. Okay, and Alina's like, fuck, okay. Refocus. Get best later. And she's gonna Misty Step over there using her whatever feature that is.
Because I say so. That's the
That's the
feature.
feature.
No. I took a thing. I took a feature. Lets me
because I
cast
say
it
so
once.
feature.
Lets me cast it once
It's a fey
per
touch.
day.
I'm
Fey
pretty
touch.
sure
Fey touch,
that's
thank
the
you.
I
Okay.
believed in me.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
you cast that, they were about to grab you if you tried to turn and run, but no problem. You misty step away. Very good
Why
use.
we save things.
Very good use.
All right. So, do we think this is 30 feet? If it's not, I use my movement.
Yeah.
The rest of the way. Oh, I know it's such a dumb idea, but Alina's so dumb when it comes to Billy. She stands over Billy, and she's like, "No." And then she's gonna. Right. Oh, right. Okay.
What you doing?
Shit. Okay.
Billy is asleep on the ground,
yeah.
drool coming out of their face.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Dignity,
Do
come on.
She's gonna. Okay, I'd like to do the thing where I math.
The hypotenuse?
No, cone of cold. Oh, but I can't because I cast.
What you doing?
Yes.
Why can't you? Because you cast Misty Step?
Two actions.
2 actions. Well, no, Misty Step is a bonus action, but I thought if you cast a spell.
That's only casting a spell. This is an item.
Oh, dope. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
math.
Math it
so
up.
Alina is going to do the same calculus that she always does when using this item.
Okay.
So if she steps just around here, can I have the thingy?
Elena, you step just around there and you look behind you, and there is a cage, and you do see at least one halfling in it. But yeah, aside from them,
Well, no, the cage is over here.
if you take just a closer look at the monitor, you might be able to see that there is 2 cages, one in each corner of those rooms. One's a little smaller. The smaller one, is of a halfling.
Really on the line here.
The little res on your shoulder is saying, fuck it up.
Are you trying to figure out a way to safely hit the hags but not Billy?
No, I know I can avoid Billy and Ori. It's more about whether I fuck up that. And
That's what
this
happens if she fails.
Sucks,
Yeah.
but yeah.
The back blast.
Fuck, I'm doing it anyway. All right,
I
so
can't dodge.
according to this, I should be able, if it succeeds, I should be able to shoot it basically right between Billy and.
Yeah, absolutely. If it fails, of course, you're going to be hitting both of those things behind you, I believe.
Dodge.
Oh,
this
just
is the
one.
one
Just
that
one.
backs.
Yeah, you
It's
got
the
it.
one that goes
no, it's
back.
just the one, and even that I would argue is debatable based on what I'm holding right now.
Yeah, given with the wall and everything right there. Yeah, go ahead. Make your contested check. And who's it against? The hag right in front of you?
It's
And that's charisma?
That's Shari.
charisma.
Shari the slumpet? Shari the...
Wait, is she within 30 feet of me?
Yes. No.
26.
She's 35.
You might.
Damn.
It's the. Sorry. Spellcaster modifier. Oh no! It's...
Why is this on an angle? Why is this? It rolled backwards. Why is this on an angle?
Not 26.
That's I guess 26, yeah. That is not a success, unfortunately. And for the very first time, as you hold this amulet of fickle cold and you try to cast out against it, the spellcaster on the other side of it, a little stronger than you. And you feel this whoa, whoa, whoa. And from all the way across the field, you hear screeching through the trees, "I'm of his ilk too." But that is anything else, Alina?
So I didn't hit anybody because I mathed it just right.
Correct. Well, yeah. I mean, you can see all of those boxes and things just coated in rime and ice, and maybe that will affect things in there. But no people hit.
Okay. Okay, and then Alina is going to say to Rez, just follow me around. Follow me, Rez, and just help with whatever you see me working on.
All right, I'm coming.
Help
He
me!
begins to.
Help me.
That is your turn, Alina. That brings us to Valis. Minka, you're on deck.
Can I, as a snake, use an action to wake up Billy?
No.
Is it because he's a snake or just because of his magical?
Snake, slither over and just like, hey.
If you can kind of reason
little
that
head.
Billy would be a more convenient target for you than the Goliath standing literally right next to you, you might be able to bite Billy, and that would kind of wake them up. But I mean,
It might also kill me.
there are several people who are all like a lot closer than Billy.
So if
We're
Alice
just
just
heat
flicks his tongue
signatures to
gently
you.
against Billy's ear over and over again, eventually she'll just wake up.
With the weirdest one.
Just like a,
Okay,
Am I flanking it with Rez?
you are
Get 'em.
So it'll be the 25 to hit,
25 hits.
and then the guy is gonna take
restriction.
5 plus 9 bludgeoning damage, and he is grappled and restrained again.
Very nice. Okay.
Good
Nice,
use of
grappled
snake.
and restrained. Okay. Very nice. Anything else, Valis?
No.
Okay, you grab onto this guy again, unable to break free. They briefly do, but you loop back around. That is Valis' turn. Minka, what would you like to do? Then Loshar.
Okay, so
There's the earth.
I was gonna say it's not a spot.
all right. So
I want to break free.
Valis is still valiantly fighting.
Valiantly.
I can't get to Billy without dashing, but I can shoot a hag with a guiding bolt, I think. So if I move
Mm-hmm.
I believe, can I see? I think I can see her. Is she half covered though?
She's definitely half covered, yeah.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about?
The one next to
Yeah, definitely half covered. I think the other one might even be 3/4.
Yeah. Alright.
Aura of nightmares.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Yes, this way. Okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, so I think that will give me a decent eyeline. And I cast Guiding
Yeah.
Bolt against the one that we've been
Of
hitting.
nightmares.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you look, and you're going to shoot right in front of Alina, this individual. No problem.
And over Billy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say, for what it's worth, the one that is using Nightmare Haunter is technically holding Billy, and so it's better not to shoot at that one because we know what happens with the one there.
I have definitely learned that
Yeah.
lesson.
No, this is a good choice.
So I'm going to instead shoot the one over there. And I am going to roll a 2 for my 15th 2 of the night.
But it's not a natural.
It's not a natural
Not a natural
one.
one, so Alina's still
You
kicking, boys.
throw this guiding bolt, and it
all
whistles towards the back, and it
was a
strikes
close.
the stones. There is a brief gasp from one of the cages. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Mika's then going to sigh deeply and just be devastated. And then, since it's not actually a bonus action or anything, she's going to just start looking around to see if she can find any rocks on the ground, pick
Yeah.
up.
Interestingly, Minka,
No rocks on the ground.
no, there's just dirt, and when you try to grab the dirt, it doesn't even come away in your hands. Yeah, really unfortunate.
Yep.
But that is your turn, Minka.
Yep.
Alrighty, that brings us to Loshar. The snake is grappling them,
Spells.
and so as an action, they will break free.
Valis is grappling him.
He could attack me.
Yeah, but they're not going to. They have a different thing they're going to do. That is a strength check.
escape DC 16. That's what it says.
That is a 15. And so as you loop around that second time, you go over the shoulders, you go under the armpits, you are much tighter secured. They can't quite get away, but they see Rez about to go. At disadvantage, they will take attacks against Rez.
Dallas gives the best hugs, though.
He really does.
At disadvantage, the first one
Come on, Rez.
is, so rolled a 3, that
Yes.
becomes an 11, they take away 4, that becomes 7,
Incredible.
they add 3 more, and then that becomes 10, which is still a miss. So all that for nothing. Rez just goes under the first punch, they bring the second one around, even lower. And so, unable to hit, constricted by Valis, they try to swing, but they can't. That is really all they can do. The snake is actually working out pretty well for you. That brings us to Rez. Rez just flies, listening to Alina.
He's got a fly speed of 40, and if that gets him there, then great. And if not,
Who let Oreo
Oh,
down?
right there.
so he'll just so he'll use his whole movement, even though it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
And, just got up next to Haggy.
No
Haggy
problem. You do so. That is your turn, Alina. That brings us to... Or sorry. 1 second.
That was Rez.
That was Rez.
That was
Right.
Rez.
I got confused for a second. Top of the round.
Alina's
Ori,
just making poor life.
what would you like to do? The hags are on deck.
So the one that
Try to
is
wrangle
nightmare holding Billy.
The one that has that long white hair on the board, that's the one that's holding Billy.
Yeah.
I bite for sleep, holding Billy.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have advantage on her from anything given my current spot?
I
can't
don't think
tell.
so.
Okay. Then I am going to
His little head is on
bonus action steady aim and fire at that hag.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
That's gonna be a dirty 30, and I'm gonna
30
make it
hits.
a superiority die. This one's gonna be a wisdom save, actually, because I'm going to do the menacing strike.
Okay. Wisdom save. And where did my other d20 go? I lost it. Oh, I had d12s. Oh, here it is.
I guess you should just use the d12.
That's a natural 20.
It's gonna pass then. But it's still gonna take this amount of damage. And I believe also, I think...
Sorry, not a natural 20 because they don't roll at advantage.
Oh.
Because that isn't a spell, it's a superiority die.
Yeah.
So instead, that was a
It was a wisdom save.
wisdom save. That is only going to be a 13.
Ooh, that's a failure. She is now frightened of me.
And
And
so
needs to go away from me.
Does she have to,
She needs to use her
Right, I feel like
movement,
hags are
to
probably
go as far away from me
like,
as
right
she
now
can.
force, or just on
No,
her turn?
on her
Oh,
turn.
okay.
Yeah, on her turn. Until the end of my next turn.
Saying don't put them in.
Very good. Is it-
So,
wait, which
and
one did you fight?
Also, question.
the one that was nightmaring Billy.
Okay.
When I hit any creature, do previous charges from the bolts still activate on other creatures?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to use a charge on this hag.
The idea of a crescendo is building upon.
Right, yeah. But I wasn't sure if it was like one
Oh, I
on
got
this
you,
one
yeah,
and then
yeah.
one on that one, and then they both activate.
No,
know,
there
It's like
no.
you have to stack them.
Akka would know how to do that, but no. you
Right, okay. Alright, that's good numbies. So that's gonna be 4 magical fire.
Okay. Does about half.
That's 28 magical
Maybe we
piercing.
Very nice.
And she is frightened of me until my next turn.
She is. You draw on the other side of Alina, bracketing
Get your
this,
wrinkly mitts off her!
and you sink both of your crossbow bolts, first from the turn prior and then this one in. And it's starting to look kind of hurt, or each of the hags now. But that is your turn, Ori.
Did Val say something about attacking one at a time? Nah.
I know.
Hey, you attacked it.
That brings us to the
Circumstances.
Okay.
If you could
so,
if you could
Does
see
she,
Snake, you would hear the snake
lose her
saying, "God damn it, they're
concentration?"
spreading the damage again."
Sneck does not know. Sneck is not intelligent.
Not on iBite. She was the
We,
nightmare
Very
one.
true.
no, that's not concentration.
We might just.
Oh, okay.
Snake goes,
She's just has to
Yeah,
touch
we
it.
just don't tell
Okay.
Sneck.
But she's
Sneck
frightened.
does not
so
know
that's
will not
good.
hurt Sneck.
Want any movement? Oh, it's Hag's turn. This is my favorite part of combat.
Yeah.
Right? When the hags go, yeah. I also dislike that.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do
Am I-
because it's not forced movement per se.
That's Starfinder, first of all. Well, you're in base contact with this one. This
Oh,
Which
yeah,
means
yeah.
that I wasn't. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so they take their movement to run away from you. This one who is eye biting is going to reach into their pocket, and you see the muscles on their forearm tighten, and they become ethereal.
Yeah, shit.
It's
And they're
sleeping. Somebody bench me. Somebody bench me.
Right
Now it
there.
Now that they're both-
Did I pull them off? Yeah, I did. Okay.
This one went this one went ethereal.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I move the wrong one?
That's
No,
more.
yeah,
you
no,
used-
you
you
just
did move
used the
Okay.
ethereal mini.
Cool. So, that one just walks through and just disappears through this column and kind of reappears on the other side of Loshar. But that is all that those two can do. The other one, Shari, with her waistcoat of the Nightmare Rider,
My waistcoat. It fits me. Pull it out of my
Ah,
closet.
waistcoat.
It fits me. It looks terrible on you. I'll trade. Take my waistcoat.
You don't understand. I look better in it.
I'm in autumn.
The colors don't complement your purple complexion.
She said she was of his ilk too. Oh no.
But that was the thing in the
they're going to go and climb up on this.
I said this belongs to this belongs to the servant of Cerberus, and she said I have no.
And lining up, actually, no, I'll have to do one more. Lining up Minka, Valis, Loshar, and technically the ethereal sister.
Ethereal.
Is she about to make an attack?
She's about to cast a spell.
Probably lightning bolt.
Yeah. So
You feel a crackle of electricity in the air.
if it's a lightning bolt, then I don't think that would.
Okay.
Omen doesn't do anything about it because it's attack saving throw ability check.
Pointing at you, Minka,
Yep.
this
Felt that one
creature
coming.
rounds the corner, flying above the ground, the autumn leaves trailing in their wake. You can hear drums behind them, and they reach out and snap, and they're going to cast a third level lightning bolt. The coat glows briefly, but then extinguishes, and then make a dexterity saving throw. Minka, Valis, and Loshar. And
Loshar has
Loshar is at
disadvantage
disadvantage. Yes, they are. But that's okay, because that's a 21.
But I don't, right? I don't know.
Uh,
I mean,
You don't.
to say.
You
are a
don't.
snake, after
So
all.
it's one of those things that is really dumb, but rules is written. No, you don't have
like
disadvantage.
per rules, I don't. But like, huge snake, constricting.
Inspiration's also on saving throws.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Minka,
Mm-hmm.
what was yours?
16.
16. That is a failure.
All right, try it.
Valis, what was yours?
12.
12. That is a failure as well. Loshar made a success. So everybody's taking
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Even better.
They rolled a 20 and a 15 on the die.
Oh my God.
31 points of lightning damage to Valis and to Minka. Half of that as 15 to Loshar.
So I'm resistant, so I only take 15, but that still puts me down.
There you go. And so Minka, the light that has been your healer, goes out. And that extinguishes as the lightning crackles through Valis, crackles through Loshar, who grits their teeth. And this ethereal hag just snickers on the other side. But that is all that the hags can do, and that brings us to Billy's turn. Cheshire, you're on deck. Billy, you sleep. And as you do, your dreams, they don't really come to you. It's almost as if they're being siphoned off. But we'll get back to that. Billy, that is your turn. Cheshire, what would you like to do? Alina, you're on deck.
Changes things a little bit.
It's a very reedy word, yeah.
Max healing, that's nice.
And the hag hisses as you do, unable to do anything about this.
And why not? Mind Sliver on Loshar. That's an intelligence saving throw.
It's a good one to be using on. That's cocked. That is only going to be a 13.
Failure. For 6 points of psychic damage. And subtract an additional d4 from the next saving throw.
Very nice. Okay. They are beginning to become a little wobbly underneath your grip. They are not especially hurt, Valis, but they're really dazed. Anything else, Cheshire? Alrighty, Alina, what would you like to do?
Does Alina know anything about sleep magic in the context of if she like uses an action to try to wake Billy? Is that
You use an action to play the poke flute.
You know that in general, trying to wake somebody up wakes them up, and that takes an action. But there's other things that can do it as well. You've seen people wake up from getting hurt. I mean, all kinds of things can wake people up.
but it's not like someone who's magically asleep cannot be like in Alina's experience.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's not a sleep.
Okay. Well, she's got Rez there, and she told him to help her. So
Yep.
can Alina with Rez's help work on waking Billy up? Billy.
No.
Rez, help me out.
You know what? Rules is written no, but that kind of makes sense. Can no longer take the help action, but
Yeah.
uses that to help wake Billy up.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
told him to help me with
no
whatever I was
problem.
doing.
That's technically true.
Yeah.
Goes and just goes.
So that's kind of true.
All right, I guess.
Eating a sandwich. Eats
Hey,
a
Billy!
sandwich.
And just slaps you, and you wake up.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So I don't take any damage from that.
You don't, no.
Rez,
sleep.
MVP.
You need to use an action to wake somebody up.
Okay.
And
Sometimes
then
it's damage. You gotta check.
Yeah.
Once Alina sees that
So
Billy
they were
is
in
awake, she's going to. Okay, can I squeeze in here between Billy's down body and this one?
Yeah. You have to kind of like,
The figures are kind of close together.
yeah, you have to use your foot to like scooch Billy's shoulder aside, but no problem.
Classic. Okay, and I plant myself between Billy and the one wearing my waistcoat, and I go, give it up, hag. The waistcoat, I mean. I wasn't clear.
She smiles and she says, "What do you think you'll become if you put this on?
Awesome.
Just like me." Anything else, Selena?
Looks to see if Billy heard that.
I'm awake, right?
Yeah, you're like waking up. You hear that. Anything else, Selena?
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck her. And then I tell Rez to, just keep helping me.
Okay. That is your turn. That brings us to Valis. Minka, you're on deck.
Oh. So I'm gonna just keep attacking this
used
thing.
to.
So, like squeeze him with the constrict attack.
Yeah.
And I have advantage.
You
but
do.
She's restrained,
You
right?
do.
All right. Dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. Let's roll some.
Just
This snake has a lot of health.
It
This
does.
is actually like
It's a good snake.
15.
not
Well, you
bad.
said that's why they turned him into something with high.
I know, but like it's
15
kinda
points.
working-
15 bludgeoning damage.
working pretty
Alrighty.
decently.
And it is
It's working.
still grappled.
Basically
It
a
is
druid now.
still restrained.
Valis. This Goliath starting to look a little uncomfortable.
A little uncomfortable.
I will
Yeah.
say to him in his ear.
If those were words, what would they be?
Let's see. You can leave, and I won't chase you.
You don't
There's just
know
like a-
what you're talking about.
Space
She
snake.
said that to me.
Yeah.
Do I understand it as snake?
Yes, you
Oh.
do.
Dope.
Space snake.
Parcel tongue.
Valis's little
Anything
like,
else,
snake
Valis?
tongue goes in
That'll
his
be
ear,
it.
and he's just like.
Alrighty, that is your turn, Valis. That
like,
brings
oh,
us to Minka.
So, Ming's gonna stand up.
Okay, half your movement peels you to your feet.
I'm definitely steady on my feet and not at all woozy.
Yeah.
And definitely gonna use my last level 4 healing, level 4 slot. 20. because I could get both these hags in another cube of squishing.
Cube of
That is the official rules of
save.
written spell
Dex
name.
saves?
Yes, DC
And
17.
for what it's worth, it also hits that water pool.
Does.
I mean, it's an illusion. So.
Let me see
What
here.
is it?
Okay,
is it
so
the
the
one
one who is
or-
frightened, there's no disadvantage here. They're just getting. Oh, it's a spell, correct?
It's a spell.
So they do get advantage against
yeah.
this.
DC 17.
So for the first one who is closest to Alina,
Is this spell that affects
Ooh.
them or the ground?
What is the spell doing to them exactly?
Squish! So it's a DC 7. Yeah, it basically.
11.
Yeah! It forces the earth up and just shunts them upwards.
Much
and
better. And 24 for the one who is frightened.
Okay, so that
So the
one.
one who is right in front of you, Alina, and how high does this lift them?
So let me double
Because if it's more than 10 feet, it will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Let me see. So
Punch him.
No, undo the button.
I don't think that's an attack
I
of
don't think
opportunity.
that qualifies as a melee attack.
It's like ducked up attack.
So
of
it just a
opportunity.
fountain of churned earth and the stone erupts in a 20-foot cube. So I don't think they necessarily get pushed.
Fair
That's
enough.
a separate spell.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha,
that's the
gotcha.
columns one or
So it definitely affects this one who is right in the middle. The ground begins to churn and break. It is stone and not earth for what it's worth. And so this still works on stone?
earth and stone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
So I'm going to hang on. So the one that succeeded still takes half damage, and that is much better than I normally roll. So 36 points of magical bludgeoning damage,
Those are good numbers.
and then so the one that takes it full, and the other one takes half.
She got 2 10s and a 12 out of 4 d12s.
The one who is in front of you, Alina, just gets smashed by stones as the earth rips open and then slams shut, almost pinning the legs together. And you almost swear you can hear a crack. If it wasn't for the fact that she smiles and laughs a little bit at that, you would swear that her leg is broken. But she looks rough as that rock is tumbling away. She is unsteady on her feet, that hag.
But she's not trapped, right?
No, I don't believe
Mechanically.
so.
Yeah.
No, but that entire
Area is rough.
So yeah, this is all
Got it.
now difficult terrain. Yeah. So that was my action. Now my bonus action, since I lost my chalice form, I'm going to now do Form of the Archer because I'm running low on spells.
Okay.
And that lets me do a bonus action attack. So I'll target the hag that failed.
Very
do a bonus
nice.
action.
Yeah, very nice.
Radiant attack. So that is a 17 to hit.
No cover meets a pizza.
Oh, okay. So that is a total of 4. So that's 9 radiant damage.
Damn it.
This is not my die.
So you deal 9 points of radiant damage.
And then I'm going to go. I'm going to go join Cheshire. I just come back over here because I am hurty.
You rush back, and with that last strike, there is a hiss, and this creature now really hurt. As you slink back into the trees, the light glowing and certainly illuminating you, you feel Loshar turning to address you. I mean, that captures a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Anything else, Minka?
I would like to free action cower. And that's it.
Okay.
Free action.
Valis, you can get an attack of opportunity if you want. They're gonna move. Oh no, no, you're going with them.
No, they are grappled, so their
grappled.
movement is 0.
Oh.
I will carry this thing.
I will take that opportunity if you want.
No, but they are going to try to break free from you. They're not doing great. That is a 14.
That they are still grappled, they are still restrained.
Yeah. Okay. Then they are going to attack with disadvantage against you, Valis. First one. That is a natural 1. And so they just sink more and more into this body, and you bind tight and tight, and they cannot even move their arms. This is an individual, you get the sense that has the training to do like a 1-inch punch. They don't have that inch to use right now, and they cannot move. That is all that Lodestar can really do.
Warm embrace of
And that brings us to Rez. Rez flies there, slaps Billy in the face. Come on, Billy! Come on, Billy!
What the fuck?
Billy, wake up! And just keep slapping Billy like a couple times after Billy wakes up. But that is Rez's turn. Top of the order, Ori. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do good old fashioned shoot the fucking hag again.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one
I don't know, but it's your turn. Do whatever you want.
that is not Misty, but I'm going to
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so both of those are corporeal, and the one that's closer to you is more injured, if that helps.
the one that's closer is more injured, but
And
the
also
other
is
one
in
is
base
still.
contact with an ally.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then I'm gonna use insightful fighting on the other one.
Okay, that's deception.
Yeah.
26.
He's got. I think he.
That's 21, so it fails.
So, if he already has.
So I do not have the bonus from
Correct.
that yet. But then I'm gonna attack the one that is at base contact.
Gotcha. I understand
There
how
you
your
go.
brain
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
working.
That's gonna be 27.
27 hits.
All right, and that's gonna be
Fuck him up.
actually. I don't want to use my last charge on the one because then they're all spread out. So I'm gonna just use
Each.
regular ass shooty shot.
Okay, make your attack. We'll make your damage. Sorry.
So stressed out my entire fucking life.
Alright, that's okay, numbies. Numbies are okay.
Sorry.
They're not great. They're, every little bit counts. That's still 16 magical piercing.
Ooh, this is gonna be super close.
Oh, in that case,
Can you pump
Still up.
I am going to use my action surge. I'm going to take another shot.
Yeah.
Alina's just like vibrating and be like, can't read that.
Anna's
30.
30 hits.
Alright, and I don't think that's, I can't do another sneak attack, right?
Correct.
It's
One a turn.
Yeah.
That's going to be 11 points of magical piercing damage.
Ori. As you take this shot, it sinks in deep and already injured from these rocks that have crushed them and from the various blasts that have hit. The eyes lose this dark luster and they drop to their knees right at your feet, Alina. And Alina, as they look up at you, you can see there's blood, almost black, running between their teeth, out of their nose, out of their eyes. And looking up at you, she just says, "You don't understand. We've already won." And she drops.
And then I'm going to look over to Billy.
The battlefield from the blue marks to
Hey.
me. Could you please clear that off?
Does the barrel stay?
The barrel leaves.
Barrel.
Yeah.
That's actually like one of the
Third
dumbest
square,
deep
fourth
cut
square.
joke from a video game that almost
Row
no one has
5.
played.
What is video game?
It is one of the Atelier series.
And the barrel is back.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but it's
Oh, there's a.
So everything is 1-to-1, exactly as it is in the forest. There is just something
Oh,
different
look at
there.
this wall. Does that look familiar?
And so you imagine you jammed your shins right against the window and then tumbled through. But yeah, it was.
I'm so glad that we walked right through the windows.
Well, no. So whoever took the more damage, you walked into like the pillars and slid.
I just myself. So I'm like on the other side. I think I was in between the two trees here, so I think I'm on.
And then, so I'm gonna look over at Billy and be like, "Get the fuck up!" And then I'm gonna run this way
Okay.
and get to right here.
Alina's like, he was super nice about you before. He said such nice things. You were asleep. You didn't hear.
You run around,
I'm
and as you
there,
run
but-
back that way, all of a sudden, it's just rock in front of you. You can see that the other side of this tower, only the middle is still forest.
And I'm going to run over there and be ready to deal with this one when it comes out of ethereal form.
Okay. There you are, standing up on what to you feels kind of like a crate. But that is your turn, Ori. That brings us to the hags. So, the incapacitated hag is no longer incapacitated, correct?
It hasn't been for a while.
Hasn't been for a while, okay.
It's
Oh
also
no,
dead.
she's dead now.
dead.
She's dead.
Right.
Incapacitated
So, the one
and
who's frightened-
We buried the lead.
frightened?
No longer frightened after the end of my turn. So
Is she gonna take
now
my waistcoat?
no longer frightened.
She does not.
Listen, Donnie and Dolphin rules.
That's true.
It takes 10 minutes for you to unbutton it.
These buttons are so
Hey,
hard.
have you tried to unbutton a waistcoat from a dead body?
No.
I don't like
Specifically,
that.
a dead body that you are in coven with?
No.
You can see she is going to run over, and there is a small yellow package that is kind of parceled up, and she snatches it up in her hands.
It's not Driftness yet.
She is going to reach over and with the other hand point towards Alina. And Alina does a 24 hit.
We both know that it does, Joseph.
Yeah, it does. All right, so she reaches out.
It doesn't.
Does a 27 hit? Yes, it does. You take 19 points of poison damage as they cast Ray of Sickness. First, it hits at their feet in the stone, this little line of acid, and then just rises it up, and it burns through the illusionary grass, which flickers back to regular, but you do not, as it traces this poison up you. That's their action. They picked up the package, they moved. One of them is dead. The other one is ethereal. And they know that their other person is down because of this. They're going to turn around. They're going to go back to not being ethereal.
Oh.
They want to cast a spell.
Better not be looking this way. Hag.
And Ori,
Definitely.
they raise their hand up towards you. That has a 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
This ray of sickness just traces along. That's close to max damage, my friend. 23 points of poison damage, sorry, as this beam strikes the crates, and as the trunk is struck by this, it just splinters into bits of boxes. You smell perfume, but this ripples up and just strikes into you. 21 points of poison damage.
Oh, 21.
Yeah. And that is all that the hags can do. That brings us to Billy.
Billy gets
Up. Is Billy still cursed?
I'm sick.
With the
You
curse strike?
stand up and
It's
you
not a curse
feel
strike.
this darkness just fall away from you as this creature is dead.
Cool. That ring be gone. Ring be gone.
And Billy, you
By
see,
Alberon RPG.
Brought to you by Killing Hag.
and Billy, you do see right at the feet that hag that was just killed directly in front of you. Their hand opens up and you can see this tiny little stone within just dissipating into shadow. What would you like to do, Billy?
Billy doesn't have a whole lot left. But what she does have is a pew pew. She's going to move forward 15 more feet.
2, 3.
Yep, that's all she can do because she had to get up. First attack with advantage. She's gonna.
Okay.
The first attack is going to be a 23.
23 hits.
And the second attack is also a 23.
That one hits also. Weird.
Weird how that happens. That's 6, 10, 8, 24 points of force damage.
24 points of force damage. Very nice. And that seems to do the full amount that you would expect. Anything else, Billy?
No, Billy's gonna hold.
That Eldritch Blast right into them, and they almost lose grip on this package. They grab it, almost fearful of losing it, and clutch it to their chest. But that is your turn, Billy. Cheshire, what would you like to do? Suddenly, you're inside.
The illusion's gone and Minka's now on the other side of the wall that wasn't there.
There's a window.
Only an idiot would do that.
Stupid. Windows aren't for climbing
Isn't it
through.
frustrating? Second level. I'm sure. Let's tack on an unsettling word while we're at it.
And if I recall, he has minus to his next save, right?
Minus 2d4.
No.
2d4 and subtract another 2 from that.
So they only rolled an 8, which would make it a 16 with a grand total of minus 6 is 10. So that is a failure. Yeah, that's... They're good at wisdom saving throws, but this is a lot of negatives.
Unfortunately, Cheshire has happened to them.
Yes.
So early in this fight they rolled like bullshit, and then late in this fight they rolled well, but just had 8,000 taken away from each one.
That is 16 points of psychic damage.
16 points of psychic damage.
It's just reverberating laughter.
And for the first time, Lojar started to look kind of hurt. As they are constricted by this snake and they take this bits of psychic damage, you can feel the struggling is becoming just a little bit less. But that is your turn, Cheshire. Alina, what would you like to do? Valis, you're up. Next.
I would like, if this is okay,
Okay.
with Rez's help, because he's currently taking the help action,
Okay.
to use my entire action to take the waistcoat off the hag and put it on.
Yes, you can do that. So you grab this waistcoat, and as you do, you can feel there is intense magic. It does require attunement, and so it does not immediately work. However,
You are now cursed.
Ooh, you get a piece of paper.
you now possess an item that instantly
We're in the
changes the way that you perceive the world, or at least will when you attune to it.
Okay.
So, that is your entire turn. Rez is like, oh, no, Alina, let me help you with that. Oh, these buttons are really nice. But that is your turn, and that brings us to Valis. Valis, you're a snake, and you are wrapped around this Goliath. The Goliath is getting weaker. What do you want to do?
Am I aware that one hag has died in my snake form?
No.
Okay. Then I will go and continue to constrict
There
him.
you go.
This is going to be a tasty meal.
16 to hit.
16 is a miss.
All right. In frustration, I go
Joe's got fucking jokes
and
over
end my turn.
Mechanically, though, if you do the math on that, that's pretty good. But yes, it is also worded like that very much on
Joe's
purpose.
got jokes.
That is your turn, Valis, as a snake. Minka, what would you like to do? Oh,
Does
sorry.
the nightmare thing last like forever? 'Cause I don't think I can ever make the save, so I was just wondering if it's a nightmare thing. It's just. I think it might be impossible for me to make
It's
it
for
as a
1 minute, so you have quite a few
Okay.
rounds left. Yeah, but after combat, this will certainly end. Yes. All right, that is your turn, Valis. That brings us to Minka.
Okay. So I have one. There's one ethereal hag,
No,
corporeal hag.
They're all corporeal.
They're all corporeal.
They're all
This
corporeal.
one's corporeal. This one is.
Okay. So Minka's gonna move. Okay, she's gonna move over here. You can just see. I think it might be under like half cover, or at least some form of cover, but she can see that hag there, and she can kind of see that hag there. So
I think you actually get a clear shot. They were getting
Yeah.
covered because they were right near the cover.
yeah.
They're standing out in the open right now. If they were like a little closer together, that might cause cover. But you have open
Alright.
on them.
So I'm gonna target that one over there because they're just, I don't feel good about this situation over here. I'm gonna use my bonus action to shoot an arrow.
Is there 10 feet between those trees or 5?
5.
Oh, okay. So that would be half covered. Then.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I need to take a shot. I'm gonna try. That was almost a natural 20, but instead it's a 2.
That's not going to be a hit, I'm going to guess.
No, I mean, unless an 11.
No, you fire this arrow, and the 11 is enough to hit this illusory tree.
Dang it.
Yeah. Anything else?
Minka's gonna turn towards Lorashar
Okay.
and yell out, if as my action, if you help us finish these hags, we will do everything we can to fulfill their promise to you.
Okay.
And then that is my action, my movement, my bonus action, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Can I understand that being a snake?
No.
Unfortunately,
You just are annoyed, and even I mean, your sense of sound is not what like a human's would be. So you're even hearing different things. But yeah,
We got no ears.
that is snakes do have ears. But that is Mika's turn. That brings us to Loshar. So Loshar, at this moment, he's trying to break out from this stupid snake.
Still restrained.
Being a good snake toad. This is a good example of a snake.
And he's still getting minus 1d4, correct? That is going to be. Oh, God, math. 18 minus 4, 14.
He is still grappled. He is still restrained.
All right.
Does he say anything?
He's gonna punch you. No, he's gonna punch you at disadvantage.
like, yes, literally. Just for you.
I know. The first one's a miss.
Are you
Second one's also a goddamn miss.
sure? My AC's pretty
I
low.
rolled a 1 and a 4.
That's awesome.
Whoa,
Get rid of those
so
dice.
good.
Get
Bye.
rid of those dice. That's
his
not working
bonus?
out for me. 5. Only a 5 for the
Oh,
strike,
okay,
yeah.
alright.
Correct, and I'm doing that. Yeah, that's what's really killing is that they're rolling 3s and 4s on the D4 and like 1s and 4s on the D20, which is really, really annoying. But that's all that Loshar is going to do, and that is going to bring us to Rez.
Okay,
Rez.
so he's help actioning.
Yeah, no, those are nice buttons. That is Rez's turn. That brings us to Ori.
Ori, fuck him up! Fuck him up!
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Yeah.
I'm fucking up good old Aura the Nightmares.
Fuck him all up!
Like,
Get them.
I don't have sneak attack at the moment.
You do.
You do.
Because you have an ally snake
Yeah, because they're
in
bound.
base contact
Yeah,
with
and
them.
Oh, you're in
yeah.
base contact.
You absolutely have
Oh, okay.
advantage, yes.
Nice. All right. So then I'm gonna use my.
That is base contact with them.
You get a sneak attack.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna use my bonus action contested
Oh
check
man.
to use.
Insightful fighting?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Okay. Not insightful enough, but I've fought this thing before, and I'm gonna shoot her and be like, "Can't run away this time." Bitch. That's a 28.
28. 28 is a hit.
She's kind of a bitch. And I am gonna use one of my superiority die, and I am gonna use a charge.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 2 charges for her now.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
So that's gonna be that.
Glorious
pew.
harmonies.
Pew pew.
That's gonna be 9 points of magical fire, which is probably gonna be halved if I remember correctly.
Correct?
It's gonna be 24 points of magical piercing, and I need her to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
That's going to be an 8.
She's
Yeah.
not prone.
She's knocked prone, and as she hits the ground, her head snaps up, and she looks at you, and she says, Elorian Aceleros, I know you. But that is your shot. Anything else?
Ori got full name.
Anything else? Or...
Full name.
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, that is your turn. That brings us to the hags. She
the weight
yanks
goes through
herself
the
back
room.
up to her feet, and she says, do what you do now and lay your whole family's history before your friends. And she turns, and she is going to attempt to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Attack of opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
Attack of snack
How much
snack of
movement
opportunity.
does she have? Is she dashing?
Yes, because she's trying to get away.
Yeah, she's always trying to run away, this one.
Probably a miss.
Of opportunity?
9.
There it is.
That is a miss. She rushes, going as fast as she can, and struggles to get up to where Minka is. Sorry, not where Minka is, where Cheshire is, but can't quite get to the hallway. Stumbles, putting their hands on this thing. They look up at you and they sneer, but they say nothing to you, Cheshire. That is that hag. The other one, with this package in hand, having taken a strike from Billy, they are going to. How much health do they have? Can they do this? They're gonna try. Love this. They're gonna take their little box. They're gonna go 5, 10, 15, kicking little rusted bits of metal and stuff off the ground. They reach into their pocket. They become ethereal, and they leap backwards out of this door and drop roughly 50 feet to the ground. And
Roll high, man. Roll high.
You'll take bludgeoning damage when you're in the ethereal plane.
no, but there's a different interaction that occurs, which is actually arguably worse. And
Tell us how it happened.
so just, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, but I rolled 5d6. 4 of them are 6s. So at least that is 24, 25, 26 points of damage. The forest remains, for what it's worth. That brings us to Billy.
Jerk.
Billy, that hag no longer there. You watch as they become ethereal, step backwards, and out the second story of this tower. Those words echo in your ears. We've already won.
Package is gone.
Package is gone.
Billy follows.
Okay. You rush over to this wall. You can see there are 2 chests in front of you. One is covered in this rusty metal, spoons, little bits of copper mugs. The other chest is covered in gold. You see crowns, jewels, things like that. There is no hag.
Can Billy get on top of the chest? Does she still have
Yeah, you have one
Yeah.
point of movement left.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can Billy look out?
You climb up and you look, and it's just stone.
There's no, like, she just vanished.
Ethereal. She stepped through the stone. Yeah.
Billy turns around, just tries to see what she can see. She can't see anything from here, right?
You turn, you can see the forest, you can see Alina, but you see no hags from this distance. You are hagless in this hag fight, Billy.
Free action. Lose her shit.
Absolutely.
Billy has killed no hags so far, and there were 3.
Yes.
Or he's going for 2.
You better not mention that to her.
But that is your turn, Billy. Frustrated, freaking out on the end of this hallway. That brings us to Cheshire.
There's a very
Cheshire,
loud
this hag
shriek from Billy.
sinks into this hallway. They are hurt and they look at you and they look past you. But what are you doing?
How hurt does she look?
She looks hurt.
But not like death star.
Correct.
I don't know. That's all the Sleepless of Ocean at 4th level.
Okay. Motherfucker.
So wisdom saving
I know. Like 9. Their second highest status wasn't.
That's pretty low.
I know.
Char.
I mean, I feel like few things stand up to the barrage that is Cheshire.
Including us.
Yeah.
Ori's self-esteem.
That is 20 points of psychic damage.
20 points of psychic damage. 1 second.
Damn.
Loshar is looking rough now. All of a sudden, they are wobbly on their feet. That blast does a tremendous amount of damage to them. They have no resistances to it whatsoever, and they wobble, but they're still up. Blood now trickling down their nose. They are close to on death's door. Anything else, Cheshire?
Can still cast cantrips, correct?
You cast a leveled spell first, so a bonus action cantrip, yeah.
Word. Intelligence saving throws.
Okay.
Mind Sliver?
Mind Silver's a bonus action?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It is scaling damage, so yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say almost definitely not. No worries.
I mean, valid.
So is theirs.
All right. Loshar is looking rough at the end of your turn, but Cheshire, that is you, Alina. You have this jacket. It is on.
It's so cozy. It's so comfy. This
And
high
it
neck.
is slowly beginning to conform to your body and change to fit you. Yeah.
That's not concerning at all.
Memory foam.
We'll
I
circle
think that's just
back.
a normal magic item thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so just to confirm, I got distracted by how rad this item is. There's no window there, right? She
Correct.
vamped
She just
through-
went
okay.
straight through the
She
wall.
just phased
Ethereal
through the
form.
wall.
Okay.
And Billy punched it.
Yeah. So
It was like,
Alina's gonna call out, Billy, there's still one more hag. You can still get a kill here. And then she's gonna fly over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hey, pals. Oh wait, no, I'm not doing it. I'm over here. Can I see this one through like the window?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pop, pop. Sorry,
Pop,
Billy.
pop. You say, Billy, you can still kill this one. Turn around, murder.
Psych. Boop, boop.
Actually, you know what? I'm a good friend. I'm gonna hit Loshar.
Okay.
But
I'm a good friend. I'm gonna murder somebody else.
one beam at a time. So the first one is a 17 to
You
hit.
have advantage
I do.
because he's restrained.
Ooh. The first one is a natural 20 to hit.
Very nice. Yeah,
That's
She's
my
having a
fucking
bad
husband
time.
right there.
Your husband.
She's one.
it's getting worse every second.
She was 5 feet away from the
It's
hag,
your
so it
choice.
Okay, so that's double damage. 19 force damage. 19 force damage.
19 force damage.
I have more to say, but I'm waiting to hear what that looks like.
They're still up.
Okay, and 3 bludgeoning.
Tell us how it happened.
As the blast hits him, Alina's just like, I'm sorry.
It's and they just
and just
pull
right in the face,
forwards.
yeah.
Absolutely, and just skitter to a stop on the pavement.
And then, okay, so then the second beam
Valis,
is
you're
gonna
just what the heck? Something just threw you.
the second beam is gonna go to the hag that's in front of Cheshire. 14.
14 is a miss, unfortunately.
Right. I missed just for you, Billy. And then she's like, Rez, there's just one more hag. Come on, go bother her.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, I know.
Begins to fly. That is Alina's turn.
And then just help whoever the next person who hits her is.
And that brings us to Valis. Valis, you are a snake, but you're on the ground.
Uncoil from the dead body.
You have a little marching band following you, hitting the hi-hats.
Fucking cute. I can hardly stand it.
You slither along and up behind this hag.
Yeah, I'll be here and I will attack the hag.
With advantage with the help action.
Ah! Do I have advantage with the health action?
No.
No, because
Oh, man.
I told him to help the next.
He hasn't done his
Don't
turn
He's
yet,
not
and he's
over
not
there.
near.
Oh, he hasn't had his turn yet. What? I knew that.
He's also not close.
That's insane. Yeah.
He's got to fly over.
Ooh,
there.
that's gonna be a 23
Nice.
to hit.
23
With
hits.
advantage.
Absolutely. This huge snake, Cheshire, from behind just comes rearing out of nowhere. I don't know if you saw Valis as a constrictor yet. So, just a huge snake.
But I don't think she's connected.
Yeah, that's fair.
10 snake bludgeoning damage, and the hag is captured. The hag is grappled. The hag is restrained.
They are, however, it doesn't deal the full amount of damage that you would wish
Snake
it
bludgeoning
would.
is.
Does it deal the
it's
full amount
resistant.
of grapple and restraint?
It does. And so that is your turn, Valis?
I would like to hiss something. I'm gonna hiss at it.
Okay, you hiss at it. It doesn't seem to speak
Yeah,
snake,
very good.
unfortunately. But that is your turn, Valis. That brings us to Minka.
Why are there so many trees?
It's probably because they're ruins.
A lot of pillars. Yeah.
So many walls.
30, 35. I think that gives me line of sight. Get to here. Because there's too many trees in the way to do it via window, so we're gonna do it this way.
Okay.
Bonus action, shoot with an arrow.
Okay.
You have advantage because she is restrained.
Correct.
I mean, you got an 11 on that D12, so.
I know. Which is better than a roll on the D20, so that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Max damage!
Woo!
So I think that's. I don't think I get a plus on that. Let me just double check. So it's definitely at least 8 points of radiant damage. Let me just double check. It's a plus. I don't think it is. Oh my god. The only downside of this. Oh, it is. It is plus 5.
Okay.
So it's 13 points of radiant damage.
Very nice. Deals a full amount of damage.
And then.
This hag starting to look kind of rough.
Awesome. So that was my bonus action. Action wise, I don't have a ton going on. But you know what I do have in my pocket? A magical rock.
There you go.
I'm gonna throw the magical rock and roll an 18 on the die over
Nice,
there.
yeah,
So
that's
I'll
awesome.
take
Yeah.
it.
Advantage, so good crit.
I could crit it with a rock.
Yeah.
No.
Could, but didn't.
That would have been so funny though. And then for magical rock damage, it's 1d6. Okay, so it's 6 damage.
Okay.
6 magical rock damage.
You throw the rock. They don't even seem to really notice that, but it does deal the full amount. Anything else, Minka?
Nope.
Okay. That brings us to Loshar. They are down. That brings us to Rez. Rez goes tearing through the forest to try to help. They're going to use, I believe, their full movement and action to get there.
Yeah, he's got 80 feet of movement to work with.
But he gets there breathing real hard now. Rez might, cardiovascular might take him out before damage, but he's really, really sweating. That is Rez's turn. That brings us to the top of the round and to Ori.
I'm gonna go. So I was actually like here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6 to get here,
Okay, you're right at the edge of the ruined wall.
and I'm gonna shoot this motherfucking hag.
Make your attack roll. This is at advantage. This is technically at 4 times advantage.
24 to
24 hits.
and I'm gonna use sneak attack, this, and my final superiority die.
What kind of save?
I'm gonna make it strength save.
At disadvantage. Both the exact same thing.
Oh, big nummies!
That's an 18.
Oh. An 18 actually does beat it.
Okay.
So not prone, but taking 2 points of magical fire.
1 point of magic.
Or sorry, 7 points of magical fire.
3 points.
And then 30 points of magical piercing.
Very nice.
Nice.
They are still up, but all of a sudden they are badly hurt. They will not take another hit like that. Valis, you can feel under your snake-like form, this individual shudders. They are on their last legs now.
And then bonus action, I'm going to 1, 2, 3 get up into base range with this hag. That's it.
Okay. You dash ahead, you get into base range. There is a snake around it. Rez is just poking them in the face. You can see Cheshire, who's just kind of looking from the doorway. But that is your turn, Ori. That does bring us to the hags. Okay. So there's stuff going on outside. This hag right here, they are currently grappled, correct?
And restrained.
And they can't reach. Okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. They're a little bit not in a great spot. At disadvantage, they're going to take some claw attacks against you because that's really all they can do.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So it would have been a natural 20, but instead is only
Complaining, but
a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And so you are going to take... 3, 17. You are going to be taking 14 points of slashing damage as they slash into you. Their movement is still 0, correct?
No, because the snake is down.
Gotcha.
He had exactly 14 hit points left.
And so
now
all
what
of a
happens
sudden-
when I'm down,
Valis is back.
am I hugging her?
You are not grappling her mechanically,
Huh?
which is kind of good because it does mean 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I get an opportunity attack.
You would, Cheshire would, and Avalis would, and
Rez.
technically Rez would as well.
not technically. Yes, does.
They're going to attempt to move 60 feet. If they do make it.
Can I, if I take an opportunity attack, can I activate the charges as part of that attack?
Yeah.
Because it says,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, question. Can I use, if I have the feat Warcaster?
Can you take opportunity attacks with a range weapon?
No, but can I take it just as like a hit and then...
Oh, but you can't do that. With
Okay,
that, yeah.
that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
With Warcasters, I can do single target spells with my attack.
Correct.
Could I do that from my item?
No.
The item, like, okay.
No. Good. I like that. It's a good idea. And after this, I'll double check because I'm not 1,000% sure, but my instincts tell me no. And we can double check after.
Do I have advantage from flanking it with Rez?
You do. And Rez was already used the help action technically for Ori, so you didn't need it, but the instructions were to use it.
What spells? None.
My opportunity attack was a 29 to hit.
29 hits.
I believe it just does unarmed strike bludgeoning because
Very
I'm
nice.
hitting it with like a
Elbow.
figure like butt of the ruby crescendo.
Okay.
But it's 3 points of bludgeoning.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
Great. Because we're smiting.
There you
He's
go.
smiting.
Is this thing fiend or undead for more damage?
This is a fiend.
Woo! Alright, so then that's gonna be 12 regular slashing damage, and then I think it's I'm gonna use a second level smite, so it's gonna be 4d8.
In theory.
8. 18.
Valis, tell us how it happened.
Alright.
Still going outside, probably.
As she turns back, I whip out my sword, and I will say, I shall use mine sword to pierce once the gloom hath fallen. And I will strike her down with my blade enlightened by my smite.
And speaking these words, and you can feel your oath surge to the forefront of your mind for just a second. There is a smell of almonds that just follows you and this strike, and you strike true, and this hag just burns into nothing. And because you are all not currently facing anything that seems hostile, I'm going to take you guys out of initiative. Billy, are you doing anything?
Billy runs!
Runs downstairs, runs out the door.
Rush. You rush downstairs. You rush. You can see the Dragonborn who is like sitting on his new chair with like the comfortable thing. His legs are up. He's brought over like a thing. He's looking and he looks and just looks a little bit bewildered. But are you just running right by him?
Billy's running outside to go check the other side of the building.
I follow Billy, but are there any windows?
No.
Okay.
I am also following.
Okay.
Billy would have
So
jumped out
Billy-
the first window she saw. There's no windows.
Yeah. There's Billy,
Where's everyone
Valis,
running?
and almost you would imagine these creatures who can move through solid stone. They pick this place because there's no windows and they have this ability. Nobody else does. The windows that you saw, all interior facing, probably decorative in nature, but you rush. You have Valis and Alina behind you. Is anybody else going? Okay, so Cheshire's staying behind.
I'm gonna stay with Cheshire.
You're staying with Cheshire?
Yeah, I think I would have seen them running
Split
by
the
and been like,
party.
what are you doing? Where are you going?
What are you doing? Are you following them?
The hag's outside. The last one.
Oh,
Okay.
It's outside.
So everybody but Minka and Cheshire, you rush outside.
Stay with Cheshire to keep her honest.
Well, there's also like people in those cages potentially.
yeah.
So
There's like a lot of stuff still up here, but you rush out.
Oh, we gotta get the hag.
Come back.
Billy, you are leading this charge. You rush out. You rush past the Dragonborn. All of you kind of
Using
do.
my full bonus action dashing to run ahead.
Dope.
To get faster.
So Ori runs way faster than you do and rushes past you. Ori, switching over to you.
I'm sorry.
Ori, you
I'm just gonna try to
rush.
pin for you.
And you see this hag, maybe like 100 feet away, and they're not alone. Standing on the other side of them, you see another individual, and almost at once you can tell this is a hag. They look nothing like this individual. This one, they are incredibly tall. They wear almost this stereotypical like hag's hat. They are fiercely. There's something that's hard because though you can tell intellectually they are ugly, you can't help but admire the power that this individual radiates. And you can sort of make a perception check for free.
Oh, 28.
28. With a 28, you can hear on the wind as this powerful figure says, "The Bone Mother does not tolerate failure." And she puts one finger out on this hag, and you watch as this hag turns to ash. As they take 88 points of necrotic damage. And for those of you who are in there, that wild place becomes stone just like everything else. And because it is 10:40, Billy, you round the corner to see Dora standing on the other side of a pile of ash. This is where we're going to end for the evening. Thank you for sticking with us for this session at Courts of Everest. We'll be back next week, but if you can't wait that long, Sunday at noon, you can see Starfinder followed by this at 4:30 p.m. But please stay safe. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.